thought that got bumped. We will unbump that. Hey, we're live on the internet to play D&D.
We back, baby.
All right, so welcome to Roll of Passage. Of course, earmuffs on the kids because I swear a lot, and we talk about weird things like stabbing and pus and other gross things. I don't know.
That's like
Nailed it.
I feel this should have been in the intro package.
As you can tell, we have a wonderful guest player tonight, as two of our other players are away on an adventure, and that will all be made clear later.
Is this new to you guys?
Okay, so let us catch up to where we were before. The lot of you had left Wanderlust about 5 days previously, headed out onto the jungle peninsula of Azari Ailish to go to a ruined city known as Iowail. You don't know what to expect while you're there, aside from beings of darkness and stars, and the fact that it has been a ruined city for 2.5 centuries or so, and nobody goes there, and it's basically just folktales and fairy tales that are coming out of the place at this point in time. You headed into the jungle. You dealt with disease-ridden mosquitoes that your rogue was able to create a topical poison to kill. You dealt with monkeys who wanted to be your friend, and some of you wanted to scare away. You dealt with strange tracks that you later determined to be dinosaurs as you were chased by a T-Rex. Your inner magic and manifested in the physical reality for the first time. Your imaginary friend when you were a child, Nox, the source of your wild magic, somehow in this place came to life. You were accosted by shadows and a strange tentacled cat creature. For those of you at home, a displacer beast. And through all of this and 5 days of travel and stress and everything else like that, your warlock friend got the shock of his life last night when he was confronted for one final time by his patron, trying to change the deal for your servitude, and you turned him down.
That has brought back all that anxiety.
not knowing what the outcome of that is just quite yet. You all had camped on this beautifully carved bridge over a gorge with the story of this woman and her husband carved into it, and the statue that was perpetually crying tears down into the river. You thought this was a safe enough place to stay for the night. You camped up here. Peter unfolded his folding boat, and you used it as shelter as per normal. And so now we're going to pick up the morning after. Peter and Alora had taken the final watch, so they roused you guys all around sunset. I will be Voltroning the two of them today, so you don't have to worry about it.
Can't wait for that.
Generally assume, for the sake of ease, that they're just having an off day. They're just a little quiet today, but they are still here.
Go ask them why.
You get struck by lightning somehow. I don't know. So yeah, it's the next morning, and you are all waking up. It is another hot, muggy, humid day in the jungle. Extra humid as you're on this bridge over a gorge. The spray from the canyon below is sort of covering everything. A lot of the sounds are drowned out from the sounds of the rushing rapids below, and the sun is just peeking over the horizon. What would you like to do?
Nothing. I'll be laying in bed.
I'm gonna get up and make some breakfast.
Okay.
I'm gonna crack the boat open.
Peter refolds the boat down to its 6-inch by 14-inch rectangle, puts it away in his backpack.
Exos is gonna freeze some of the water, and then just like as people are getting up, just like getting cleaning their face with it and cooling them down.
Everyone?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna be making breakfast. Hey, can you get right there? Can you also get my butt? It's just.
Well, I'll probably. Anyways, how's the packing coming?
Food first.
Oh yeah.
I'm sleeping. I'm asleep. I'm having a nice sleep in.
Exos is gonna go to Elt and just kind of like slide a couple of ice cubes up his legs, like through his pants right there. You're wearing pants, right?
So violent.
No, he sleeps nude.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
better.
You might have mentioned that.
Wake up, big guy.
I'm awake.
Oh, how was your sleep last night?
Yeah, probably the worst one I've ever had.
Make a wisdom check.
Oh,
Or wisdom saving throw, actually.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
Okay. You feel something weird. You can't put a finger on it, but something is just off with yourself.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you know, that thing that I had to deal with earlier,
the thing.
patron.
The thing. Oh.
one that I sold my soul to.
Oh, yeah, the mean guy. Really menacing and, like, totally enslaving you to, like, kill people, and then you lied to me,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you didn't tell me, and then you really hurt my feelings.
Yes, would have sufficed, but yeah, him. He wasn't gone. He came back and tried to make another deal with me.
Oh, exes are really tough.
Yep. Yes, they are.
Well, was it a good offer? Like, did you say no? Do we have to worry about you killing another fortune teller in our next city?
Well, fortunately and unfortunately for you,
Nice one.
I did say no. Which means I've lost everything. I don't think I can do anything anymore. I made another deal with him to just grab an orb and set it down, potentially open a gateway for something. Or I don't do that, and then he's gone forever, and any other ties that I had with him are gone. So now I'm just your regular small town wanderer, out here walking into the darkest place we've ever been, even more of a burden.
Laura pipes up from the side when she's like packing her stuff. Don't forget you're blind.
Yes, thank you, Alora. I almost forgot.
I'm gonna walk over with some breakfast and just plump it on your lap. Well, I'm really proud of you. I think that's a great thing. I mean, you've got your soul. You can learn how to do stuff.
I'm fucking 30 years old. 35.
Oh, that's a limiting belief. Oh my God.
Well, I'm really proud of you, Elt. You can't do anything? Like, can you do any of the things from your hands and stuff?
I don't know.
We'll try. He's just gonna grab his hand.
Give it a little rub on the back.
Cut back to you.
I'll try to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
The boat's gone. Got it.
So, yeah, boat was folded up. You are no longer inside your boat. So, two things. Make a perception check for me.
I think 17. Yep, 17.
17. Okay. Interestingly enough, you've been working on this the whole time you're in the jungle, but somehow today it seems stronger. You're fully aware of your surroundings for about 10 feet around you. You have the thought, it's like, wait a minute, there's something at my feet. And you look down, you move your head to look down. And just by like shuffling your foot just slightly, it's like the vibrations of the air wash over your weapon, which is usually in a liminal space, usually in a pocket dimension. But now it is on the ground. The haft has broken off, and the blade is once again simply a short sword. It is no longer a glaive that is lying on the ground. And as you reach out to cast your Eldritch Blast, you feel the power surge out of the sword, like up your leg and then out your arm, and then just as normal, it blasts out. But instead of it being sort of like that shadowy, ashy, dusty force that it was before, now it is just sort of this like greenish purple beam that goes out of your hand.
So can I see colors or more just like vibrations?
They all see the color. You
Okay.
feel the vibration being different. Instead of it being this sort of like, before it felt like static.
Yeah.
And now it just feels like almost like a rod leaving your hand.
Okay. I'll have to do... Whoa, that was fucking... I can...
As it blasts out past Extos' shoulder, the sound of it reveals sort of in your mind his full outline.
Whoa.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
Oh, when did you learn how to do new colors? It's beautiful.
What color was it? I can't fucking see.
Oh, well, it was like a nice, you know, when like you'd see in like the sun's coming up and then the water, it's reflecting on the water and then it's like this like shimmering green. Is it green?
Like a greeny purple.
Like
Yeah.
shimmering green, but then also like my mom's favorite color, purple. And it just, I felt safe when I saw the blast nearly clip my shoulder.
It's an odd feeling, but what's even weirder. So can I see him like when he's like kind of like talking and moving then?
Yeah, as he talks and moves, like his like the way the clothes ruffle on
Yeah.
his skin and his voice coming out, like you know exactly where he is. And if you glance around with that perception check that you had, you can see the fire crackling and see Thalia cooking around it. It fades after about 10 feet and it just sort of disappears into sort of a whiteness instead of a blackness. But everything that's within 10 feet of you, you're picking up all of the motion, the sound. It's just like echoes in your mind, but you're able to take that and see everything that's around you.
I can kind of see you.
What?
Not like see you like how I used to be able to, but like, I mean, it's still fucking dark in here, but like I know where you are. I can see your clothes move in the wind.
I thought I was gonna give you the finger. What am I doing right now?
You're giving me the fucking finger.
That felt great.
I'm so glad I can see again.
Me too.
At this
I don't know.
point, oh, sorry, keep going.
I don't know what the fuck happened in there, in that dream, but something's weird. And I'll grab my glaive or my short sword. I'm back to a sword now.
At this point, Anon, like, snores, rolls over, slowly wakes up. Gets up. The humidity has made her hair, like just picture like a troll doll. Like, it's like defying gravity at this point, and is so frizzy. And she's just like, hey guys, making a lot of noise for this early in the morning. It's like probably like 11 a.m. I smell bacon, and just like walks off towards the fire.
Nice hair.
And then I just give him a finger behind my back. Just like walking away, not thinking you're gonna see it.
Exos is gonna immediately just like grab some shape water and just like right to the face and cover her hair so it
Just
bacon can wait. I think Elle can see.
what? Why the fuck did you do that to me?
I said that Elle can see.
But why am I wet? It's too early for this. Where's the fucking bacon?
Here you go.
So I'm eating. I'm collecting myself.
I
Just
will
dripping wet
and I'll just
eating.
explain what Dave explained to me, to you guys, that I can kind of see within like 10-ish feet.
What? Are you? I just start waving at you.
Yeah, I can see you.
Where am I putting my finger right now?
Get out of here.
I just start doing like the weirdest faces.
I'm not a child. I'm telling you, I can see you.
This is incredible, but you still don't have.
It's like more of like
eyes.
a sense almost. Like I just like can kind of see that it's happening, but I can kind of like feel it's happening.
Like a sense.
Perhaps that Elt's made the right decision and he's given the opportunity to like realize that
Yeah,
the
but
magic that was activated in him from the darkness was actually him the whole time and he never needed his patron and he's magical.
Or this place is really magical and they just kind of like seeped into you.
I'm gonna go with that one, because given what I know about myself, I don't think I'm that magical.
Yeah, well, to be
I mean,
honest, like
what- Sorry.
I like didn't really think that I was like good at anything, but I didn't learn how to speak until I was 9. So here I am, and
And now you
I'm
don't
speaking.
stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Making up for those 9 years, eh?
Well, I'm almost caught up, but we'll see when we get there.
Thank God.
I mean, this
God, it still creeps me out when he does that.
Full
I'm
being
just
of
like-
light just stepping out from inside your body, throws an arm around you.
Does it just
You can't see it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Have you met Nox yet? I know we've talked about him. But now you can see, right?
Yeah, if he comes out, I'll see him, I guess.
Elkmill. That's so rude. He's right here.
You can't see him?
Hey, Nox.
I can't. Where? I can't. Is he? Am I close enough?
Nox, go up to him.
Sort of walks over and you feel a tap on your forehead, but you don't see where it came from. It doesn't feel like solid.
Yeah.
It's like getting tapped by Jello. Like there's there's a weird give to
Okay.
it.
What the fuck was that?
Hey, Nox was just tapping you.
He's kind of one of our friends
It's a
now.
weird custom from his.
Well, what does he look? I can't fucking see him. It's. What the hell's going on here? No.
It's made of light.
Huh.
Like electrical.
Does he look like a person?
Maybe because he doesn't make a sound. Like, is it? Maybe it's like. Is it from sound that you can see? Is it? Are you like echolocation, like a bat? That's really cool.
Could I roll to see if I?
Yeah, make a flat intelligence roll.
4.
You have no idea how this works. You just woke up this morning
Yeah.
and things were happening, but this is wild.
I have no idea. I don't even know how I'm doing this. Maybe it's because we're going into a place where there's fucking walking star beings, but
Oh,
I really don't know
I
what's
know,
happening
I know what we can do. Hey, everyone grab hands right now. Let's talk to Mum.
Yeah, I guess we haven't done that for a while.
Yeah, she's probably worried sick about us, so we should probably...
Probably
I
not.
mean,
yeah, probably not. But
But we can talk to her. Do we have a question for her?
Well, we could, like, ask her if she knows what's going on with Elts. And maybe give some context to the forest. And also, like, last night, I had a really bad night watching, and then I couldn't sleep because there's, like, no sound over there. It's really creepy.
actually, is what about in the daylight? Like that.
In the
sound?
daylight, it just looks like a jungle.
Is there sound coming from there?
Make a perception check.
I don't have the best perception.
You're good at other things.
Thank you. 18 plus whatever my perception is.
Uh, 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
You see birds flying from the south side of the river across to the north side, but there's less wildlife on one side of the bridge than the other.
Yeah, no, what you told me, like after watch, like I noticed the same thing. It was creepy, to be honest, but nothing happened.
Yeah, but like we're also like on this really dangerous mission for the mother, and Elt is doing some weird things with his eyes.
I fucking feel weird.
Yeah, and you have different
You look
color
weird.
things
Thanks.
coming out of your fingers. So like I'm not sure if that's like normal. So
Can I see later?
I mean, it was just green before, so the purple's new. But
I'm
wait,
just trying to.
oh no, I
think.
did. Oh no,
It was it was green.
was just
It was
green.
green before,
Yeah.
but there was like this weird sort of like ashy dust
Yeah.
that sort of would like wrap around.
It was almost
it.
like a fume
Yeah.
force. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to feed a piece of bacon to Nox as I'm talking.
I'll cast it. I'll just put my hand up and just Eldritch Blast again.
Whoa!
yeah, see, it's got the
That's
little
cool.
purple bits now, and it's not as like oh.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, it's not as.
It doesn't feel as like dark,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
I'm still like trying to give the bacon to Nox.
But something's
Yeah.
not just fucking right.
He just like keeps trying to grab it, and his fingers just keep going through the bacon. You
I'm
can just
just,
hear a
like,
voice in your
talking.
head. I'm like, I don't think I have to eat.
Ow, okay.
Well, I mean, the mum did tell us about this place, about the jungle. I mean, we did leave, and she's pretty pissed.
Yeah, but like we don't even like know why we're going there and like what we're getting for her. So like maybe she could give us the grocery list, right?
Make an intelligence check.
A grocery list.
That's cocked. I'll just. Ooh. Sorry. 9.
You vaguely remember her giving you some instructions, but with the stress of the last couple of days, you don't remember exactly what her instructions were.
Just like really don't want to disappoint her, and like also don't want Elle to disappoint her, but maybe she can give some insights. Like I feel like we should just hold hands right now.
Just hold out my hand. I mean, worst thing is she's annoyed with us. Big deal.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, who's making the call?
Hi, Mom.
So Arcana, nature, or religion, whatever wherever your faith or your belief in the universe comes from.
Okay. They're all not great. Yep, they're all 3. Okay. Oh, nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay. So the six
Do
of
we
you
wanna go
join
for it?
hands. All of your rings sort of warm up for a second, and then in an instant, you guys are in that grassy field once again, sitting in a circle around this being dressed in silver, silver hair, silver eyes, sort of pale humanoid skin. She just sort of like looks up. Oh, hello. Are you there already?
Hello, Mum.
We can make a
Mother?
good time.
We're at the doorstep. We're on the bridge.
Oh, the bridge. Oh, a little early, but what can I do for you?
So a couple things are going on. Like, we got to the forest, and then, Anon's like, Sido, like, it's my friend, but my friend's imagination, and it's also magic came out of her. And then, Elt's turned down the devil again, and so, but now he, like, can kind of see, but not quite see. And then, what was that he say? He asked you to grab?
Something else going on here, Mum.
It seems like there's a lot going on, and I have no idea what he just said. Could someone clear that up for me?
I'll let Anon explain her thing. You can go ahead, love.
okay. Well, so, you know, my magic, right? I've just always kind of thought of it as like a friend, even though I know it's just my magic, and so I kind of named it Nox when I was little. And that's all it kind of ever was. But now, ever since we've been in this jungle, it's just been weird. Like, I just was starting to feel a little bit different. And then one night, I just saw him, like, Nox. He became his own being. But he's still inside me, but he can walk around, and he looks like, just like light. He just looks like a person of light.
Tell me again, where were you born?
Where was I born?
You tell me.
Yeah, where was I born? I'm blanking.
I want to say it was called Meyerwood.
Yes, that's totally what it was
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
Up in,
Trauma.
up in the north.
Walks
Yeah.
out.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a little hole in the ground town called Meyerwood. You probably haven't heard of it. It's kind of a shithole. Excuse me. Poop hole.
It's fine.
Sounds worse.
She's
your-
tied to this world, you know.
your parents are both from there.
Well, no. My mom is, but I've actually never met my dad, and I
Is he
know.
like you?
Yeah. He's like me, and I just kind of self-consciously touch the horns.
I think, my dear, you have what's called a weave spirit. There is a lineage of peoples from Zarielish, of your kind, touched by the infernal, who, when they first came upon this world, disrupted the weave of magic, in a way.
Like in a bad way?
No, simply like casting a stone into a pond
Oh.
that was still before, and it caused ripples. And they were changed and granted access to the weave, much like yourself. However, it, just for them, became conscious.
Hmm.
I think you returning to the place of your bloodline has woken yours up.
What does this mean? Like,
You have a being that is tied to your soul, that is made from the weave of magic that wraps around Aloria. The ley lines, remember I explained them when you went to before, where they meet, there are these places. Azari Ailish was where the weave was disturbed when, for lack of a better term, the portal to hell was opened and your people came, escaping their servitude. And because of that, this very rare trait is passed down through the blood. So your father is likely weave blessed as well.
wow.
Actually, your people are the... In Roye and in other cities in Azari Ailish, every town has what they call a weave watcher, one of your bloodline. A position of great import, sits on a council or ear to a king or something along those lines to guide them in the ways of magic in the world.
Start sitting up a little straighter. Oh.
It is entirely possible your father is one of these people. Or was, if he left.
I hope to find him. And I think he is in Azari Ailish somewhere. But that's interesting. Does that mean Nox, is he going to go away if I leave this area?
No, he will always be with you now, but they are stronger in Azari.
Okay. Thank you, Mother. I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I know we have a few other things to say, but thank you for telling me that.
Of course.
Well, I'll just get right to it.
A deal with the devil.
Yeah, my old patron came back. Thought he was gone.
So did I.
Obviously not. Because last night he came to me, tried to make another deal. One where I didn't have to kill anymore, take any more souls, but I had to take something from the city here. An orb. And I had to drop it whenever he requested me to drop it. And I gathered that it was a gateway for somebody that he owed a favor for.
That would stand to reason. A gateway. Do any of you know the reason why Iowail fell?
No
No.
idea.
Iowail was a place where there was a very famous arcane university, the Iorith University, and their archmage, a woman named Leajo Turgi, she was obsessed with teleportation magic and planar shift magic and things like that. So it would stand to reason that she would create something like this orb, whatever it was. The city fell when she attempted to open a portal. She was a centaur, and their heaven is an outer plane known as the Beastlands. And she attempted to open a portal to this place using a magic item, and it went wrong, and she reached too far beyond the planes into a place of madness, and that madness came back through, and that would cause the city to fall. There is a tear in her tower to this place, to the far realm. It is held open by something known as a sliver of creation. 12 pieces of the gods that were left over after they created this planet. She used this as a focus for her magic. She didn't know how to use it properly, and she created this tear. That's what I've asked you all to go and retrieve, this sliver of creation. In doing so, we'll also close the tear, hopefully. It may not cleanse the city, but it will at least stop anything else from coming through.
Just kind of raise my hand. Is it? Excuse me. Is it like hard to, or is it easy to like fall into this realm? Like, is it like in the floor?
It is outside of my sight. I don't know. Because of the nature of the portal, it is not of Eloria, so I cannot see it.
Okay. I just like mentally tell Nox, don't let me fall in. Don't let me fall in.
You got it.
Speaking of sight, I can kind of see again. Anything with roughly 10 feet, I can kind of make out what's moving. Also, can I see here?
Here in this place, you can see fully,
Oh, okay.
like as if you just have regular sight.
Unlike right now, which I can see everything.
This is sort of an illusion focused in your mind. It is not a real space.
All right.
What you're talking about isn't unknown. That was going to be part of the gift that you received from the Father and I. Somehow it might have happened early.
And who gave it to me?
It wasn't me, so that only leaves one other option.
The Father gave me this? I don't even know him.
But I know you, and so he knows you.
What the hell's going on here? Does that mean he isn't here then?
No, he can't come here.
No, near the bridge.
I mean, he's like me. He can, with the soul of the planet, we can sort of be anywhere we like.
I guess that's fair. All right, well. Yeah, that weasel of a devil's still around. And he's trying to become a god. That's what he said.
Well, he's not from here, so... Not to be too on the nose, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Hopefully not soon.
Is there anything else?
I'm good.
Do you want that orb? I planned on bringing it back for you anyway.
I mean, anything that you can take from the Archmage's Tower would be of benefit. If you close the tear, the city itself will likely become a target for smugglers and scavengers, people returning to it once the word gets out that it's a safe place. And there are quite a few objects of power likely in the spire. So fill your pockets, but be safe and be careful. I'm not saying to fill your pockets to keep them anon, but to bring them back here so that we can study them and make sure that they are safe.
Maybe just like one? Can we all just like...
just like a really cool little thing that's probably like
Because
doesn't
like
matter,
there was
but
like
it's,
a
really
lizard
cool.
man that was like selling stuff and everyone got cool items and then like Elt, was it you Elt that like pissed the lizard man off and then
I was trying to make a deal with him, and then he started stealing from us.
well
It was Peter that kept lying to
yeah
him.
Peter, what the hell?
Let's not revisit that.
Just be
Anyway,
careful if you take anything and you want to try to use it. That is all I can say. I can't stop you.
She said yes.
I
Cool.
said be safe.
Okay, hey, great chat. Best be off. Thanks, Mum.
You guys all appear back on the bridge.
well, that was lovely.
I am just thrilled about everything I learned and the fact that Nox does not seem to be some evil invading thing
AI?
that's like yeah,
Magical AI.
yeah, exactly. That's like infiltrating my brain, so that's really cool. So and
You
I'm
don't
just
have a
like,
brain slug. Congratulations.
Yes, I'm thrilled. So I'm just like packing up, like super hyped, and I like come on guys, let's go. And I'm just like start skipping down the bridge towards the side.
Laura and Peter are like scrambling to pack their stuff
I'll
up.
pack up and join in on.
I'll do.
Okay. Make me a roll for the jungle for today. So D20 roll.
You get type of stuff.
16.
16. Okay. Who's leading the way?
I guess I'll be up front because I brought the map.
Okay, so make a survival check with advantage because you are proficient in navigating.
At 20.
Nice.
Oh, with
Hey.
these, make an
Come
Etsy
on,
world.
Apparently.
Tonight.
Yeah, so you guys move fine. The morning passes, a couple of hours go by. It starts to get hotter and wetter. About 3 hours down the road. Would Gabriel be hiding?
No.
Sitting on a rock next to the road, you see a man shaking out his boots about 60 feet ahead of you as you sort of just come around a bit of a curve.
Guys.
What?
You see a guy up there?
Maybe it's the father. Hide.
Nox just like pops out in front of me as like some weird protective thing. And I'm just like creeping over his shoulder. I'm like, who is that?
I can't see that far.
He's gonna spy on it. What's he doing? What's he doing there?
He's doing some sort of boot spell.
Boot spell?
Make a
That sounds like
perception
dark
check.
magic.
8.
8. You're just having a morning.
Typical.
Okay.
I think we should hide and sneak up on him in case there's more.
Do you think that's the boot of his victim?
Well,
We could be next.
Gosh,
could
I
we?
just got these boots.
What's everybody so afraid of? There's a guy just up there?
it could be one fish. Keep your mouth down.
Maybe it's a dragon. Remember the last dragon?
Maybe we're all just a little on edge.
Yeah, I'm with Anon on this one.
I'm gonna like use
As
my
I'm still hiding behind
my.
Nox.
I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if I see anybody else hiding
'Kay.
or nearby. Perception.
Perceptive.
I am 14.
14. Doesn't seem to be anybody else around. You don't hear any birds or insects or... Whoa.
Is there an insect in
Spider?
here?
There's a spider that
Do
just
you want to put him in my cup?
dangled down.
You're a better person than myself.
Where'd he go? Nope, he's still in here. Okay.
He's just hanging out.
Cup.
He's in the cup. Yeah, he just fell to the bottom. That was a whole moment that just
That was
happened,
awesome.
and I didn't panic. I'm really proud of myself because I don't like spiders.
Yeah.
That was
Doing
good.
great.
Props to you that kept it cool.
Okay. Here's what I'll do. Okay. I'll kiss Bumble, and then I'll just be like, "Hey there, friend." And if he comes at us, he's gonna topple, and then we just book it.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Oi! Elsa's shouting.
You hear that clearly enough.
Just look up. What all do I see?
Describe yourself. So first off, because I will describe Alora and Peter. So Peter is a 16-year-old young man who is wearing sort of like black studded leather armor, has a huge sword on his back, sort of a flowing cape, and the small head of a pseudo dragon poking out over his shoulder. And his everything except for his face, any skin you can see has tattoos of writing on his body. Alora is a 6'3" high elven woman, long black hair, black leather head to toe, covered in straps that have like she's probably got about 15 to 20 daggers strapped all over her body, a rapier at her hip, and a golden laurel leaf crown around her head. And then these assholes.
Yeah. So Exos is to kind of think of this hybrid of like picture Aladdin, but he's a sailor. You know, so he's got like the button up, a vest. He's many buttons are not buttoned up. Gray hair, kind of braided, going down to like his mid back, and he's got like kind of a cheeky grin most of the time. But right now he's just kind of like staring and not knowing what to do. And he's blue, and his skin is blue.
Oh,
That is
good.
important. He's a
Important
water
note.
gymnast.
He's
Okay.
always just a little wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just glistening.
Yeah.
Anon, due to an unfortunate wild magic surge early on in game, is 4'8" tall. She's a tiefling, so she has kind of like almost like a ram-like horns, white. They curl around, and wild, crazy blue hair that is. I already talked about that. She's got these sort of faint white almost like geometric markings on mostly on her arms, a little bit on her face, and they tend to they flare up when she uses her magic. And she's got golden eyes and a tail, and she's wearing just kind of like a simple gray dress and cloak.
We're all here now.
Yeah.
Thalia is just under 4 feet. She's got big, messy, wild red hair that she has in like this braid. She's got what, leather armor? No, metal armor. Studded armor.
You wear breastplate.
Okay, she's got a breastplate. She has this this religious symbol around her neck. She's got like a necklace with a diamond on it.
Elts, slick black, light blonde hair, or light brown, breastplate, and now wielding a short sword, a big scar from eye to eye, and a cape. I guess kind of like a cape. It's more of a cloak, like a black and maroon cloak. And he's just kind of standing confidently, I guess, reserved.
Cool. And about how they're what?
They're about
60,
50, 60 feet
60
away.
feet away?
Yeah.
And you've made yourselves
I
known.
just shouted. I don't even know where you are, but
Oh, you're just shouting into the wind.
yeah.
Awesome.
What are you doing?
I look up and peculiar. Though not the strangest I've seen. Hello, Gabriel Tyron III. Where are we exactly?
Yeah. What do you mean? Where are we? How did you get here?
I've been on something of an adventure. Myself and my trusty servant Philip have been wandering about trying to look for information about my brother. Philip, unfortunately, has disappeared, along with all of our money. He also had the maps. I don't really know where I am right now, apart from in some sort of jungle.
Oh, you're in a crazy ass place. What's this place called, guys?
Well, Azar-Elish, but I don't know what the specific location
Right.
is.
Well, I mean, be careful where you wander because there's some bad news around here.
So I've heard. But Philip always sort of looked after that type of thing, and, well, he's never steered me wrong so far.
Except
Except
except he's not here.
he's gone. I have to assume that he's been kidnapped, along with all of our cash.
Oh no!
I know.
Maybe he took your cash and ran.
What does he look like?
Ridiculous. I can't imagine why he would do such a thing.
'Cause it's-
I'm an extremely courteous master, let me tell you.
Oh, he's probably ran, sucker.
Offensive to even think about it.
I know it's funny actually. Funny.
Oh, as an aside, Gabriel, he's like sort of a little over 6 feet tall, sort of medium brown hair, clothes way too fancy to be in the jungle. Clearly does not belong here at all. So, yeah.
You know, if you guys, I guess you're broke. All right, you got more money at home?
Oh, my family's extremely rich.
Well, for a fee, we could help you out. I mean, you want to hang out with us? We have stuff to do, but
Well, we're not really on the best of terms.
oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Not. Are you a good fighter? You know you
Excellent.
got
I was
stuff.
top in my class at dueling.
Dueling. What is that like? When you slap with a glove?
If it's called for, but I'm lightning with a rapier, top of my class, as I said.
Top of my class. Were they all fancy in your class?
We'll go fight him then.
Not fancy enough, I have to say.
Fancy enough.
Well,
Hey, well,
Philip,
yeah,
Sir Philip, I think that fits you nicely. You seem trustworthy.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that you appreciate an honest face.
You're
I like him.
trusting a man.
I like him.
that's
Let's take him with us.
randomly
Let's
in the
adopt him.
jungle?
I want him.
Fabulous. Yes. Lead on. I'll be happy to go anywhere you guys are following, as long as there's a tavern somewhere at the end.
I doubt
Well,
you're finding
don't-
one of those in
I
here,
don't
friend.
think so. Maybe in that city where everything's awful. But I don't think you want to drink there.
well, the store's not really adding up, is it?
Not at all.
How, like,
Why,
we've
so
been traveling
trustworthy.
for like 5 days to get to this point, and you just kind of like wake up? Oh, else?
Well, we haven't.
Peter?
How long have you been wandering around for?
Oh, weeks.
See, there
Like
you
I
go.
said, we've been searching for information about my brother, but Philip was really in charge of our course. He's much better at navigating than I am.
Obviously not, if you end up here without an actual heading and lost.
Does he look like he's I guess, yeah, do you
Make,
look like...
make an insight
okay.
check.
Travel worn.
Yeah, travel
I
worn.
assume we've walked
Ooh,
it.
nat one.
Oh, you know.
I mean, he's dressed in clothes that look like they belong more on a grand avenue in a city than in the midst of the jungle, but he's also filthy.
Hey, I need you to hold this jar of glowworms for me for a second.
Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
What emotions are you feeling right now?
Delight at having found some people.
Okay, so like pinky yellow.
Okay. You're not lying to us, are you?
As you hold the jar, all of these like sort of cream-colored worms that are like slithering around inside start glowing pink and yellow.
Amazing. Where did you get these?
I just got them at the shop, and you're being honest with us.
I can't imagine why I wouldn't be. It sounds exhausting.
He seems very honest.
Wait. Pete, do your compass thing on him.
Pulls out a compass. I mean, it seems okay.
Will that compass show us the way out of here?
Oh, we're not going out, friend.
No, it
Oh,
just shows you who's good and who's bad.
well, I suppose I don't really know how compasses work anyway.
That tracks.
Okay, all right, you can stay. I'm taking my glowworms back.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
X is gonna shake his hand now. But like, hey, sorry, just a lot of weird things have been happening, and you know, El tells me that I'm too trusting, so just wanted to make sure.
Important to be cautious. Can't be too careful in these strange locales. Now, you said we're not going back, we're going on. Where is on exactly?
Going right into the belly of the beast.
The abandoned city.
What sort of beast?
It's a Terran reality.
Well, that's my
Sounds like a lark.
He seems into it though. It's fine.
It's like evil shadow things that I'm assuming try to eat your soul.
Laura just sort of sighs. We're going to a place called Iowell. It's also otherwise known as the Sleeping City. It's just a city that's a ruin. That's ahead. It's that way. What is with all? Ugh. She just sort of stalks off.
Steve like that all the time.
She's rich.
And
Fair enough. I
you-
get a bit
you-
cross in the mornings myself sometimes. It's still very early in the day, so
You would recognize the term "sleeping city"
Okay.
from the note you found.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, I did find a note saying that the sleeping city might contain clues as to the fate of my brother. So I'd be happy to accompany if you will have me.
The fate of your brother? Their brothers at the sleeping city?
What an incredible coincidence.
I don't know that he's going to be at the sleeping city, largely because, and brace yourselves, he was murdered.
I'm so sorry for
Your
your
brother
loss.
was
I know he was a bit of a jerk, but well, family.
Was he well known in these
My
parts?
family are a bunch of wealthy merchants, and, well, at one point I had to get out of there. They wanted me to do things that were just beyond the pale, I must say, and I couldn't deal with it. A man has to stand up for what he believes in.
Hey, you get along with Allura. She had something similar going on.
Yeah, she's probably gonna kill her parents later.
You guys are all for sharing secrets, eh?
I hope it doesn't come to that, but, well, we'll work it out as best we can.
Good luck with that.
I just asked Nox while we're talking to can he cast prestidigitation on Philip to clean up his clothes?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're just sort of like standing there having this conversation, and then out of nowhere, this gust of wind just goes from your feet up, blows your hair up, and when you look down, you are spotless.
I'm gonna take Allura.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna grab some of Allura's.
Whichever one of you did that, I appreciate it very much.
It's the being that lives inside of me that's tied to my soul.
You
He
see,
says no
literally see a
problem.
hand just like pop out of her shoulder, made of pure white light, and just go.
He says it's chill.
Remarkable. You should take that on the road. People would pay to take a gander at that.
Just give you a little wink and
Phenomenal. Philip himself has never cleaned my clothes better.
oh wait, you're not Philip. Wait,
I
what's
am
your...
in no way Philip.
I keep calling you
That's all
Philip.
right.
What's your name again?
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Okay, not Philip. Gabriel.
Gabriel Tyron III, at your service.
Sir, you should
Gabriel.
put on some of the salvation so the mosquitoes don't give you some sort of awful virus.
And you are covered in welts.
This place is ghastly. No one has cleaned up here for some time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, say we get going.
Yeah, let's move on. To
Have
new friends.
You got
Have
any
you eaten
stuff?
anything?
I attempted to eat some of these rations, but they're cold and a bit crunchy.
You're gonna have to get used to that out here.
Yeah, that's kind of just what we have to.
Philip would normally kill something and roast it, but... Well, I suppose it'll have to do.
Dahlia like thinks about giving him her honey. He's like, not yet. I don't know you well enough.
We haven't got there yet.
All right, what are you guys all doing?
Let's
Yo, look
go.
at me. This is your
Uh,
story.
moving on.
Yeah, I'll just
Move on.
keep following the map. Moving
Okay.
forward.
So you head on down the road. If there's anything anybody wants to talk about, carry on. You're probably about, judging from the map, maybe about 3 to 4 hours before you hit the. So the city itself is built on a lake, and then it's split. So there's a plateau and then a lower section.
Oh wow.
And the lake is up on the plateau, and then there's waterfalls that sort of cascade off. This is all on the map. So you know that eventually, in a couple of hours, you will come to what you can assume, based upon the age of the map, may or may not be a clearing. It's been a few hundred years. The jungle may have moved back towards the town. But either way, you will know when you get there. It was a city of around 90 to 100,000 people. It was a walled city and was fairly large. To put it into perspective, Mistport, where you guys all met, was about 45,000 people. So it's double the size of that, and that was one of the larger cities that you had ever seen.
Okay, yeah. So sorry, just to clarify. So yeah, we're about 3 to 4 hours from the clearing, and then the city's like below, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Okay, guys. We're kind of on the final stretch here. So yeah, 3-4 hours maybe, and we will have to figure out how we're gonna, hopefully they have like some sort of stairs down the clearing, because it's this absolute massive city. So
Does
Yeah.
anybody live in this city, or is it abandoned?
well, maybe Anon's dead.
Oh, sorry. This is the inhabited city?
This is the
No, this
ruined
is-
city
this
that
is
you
the
guys are
sleeping
going
city.
to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I can't imagine anybody's living here in the ruined city.
Yeah, I
well-
don't think my dad's there, probably.
Yeah, but what is Cape doing here?
That's a good question. What are you doing here?
Well,
He said.
Oh, somebody with money. Why don't you hire on a search party?
Well, I had Philip. We were going to just sort it out ourselves, but like I said, he seems to have gotten lost, and now I'm lost.
This
Well,
Philip
maybe we'll
character
find
seems
Philip.
awfully suspicious. Seems like you put a lot of trust in him to do pretty much everything.
Absolutely. He's been with me my entire life, and he's been fabulous the entire time.
Maybe he got eaten by a dinosaur. There's those around here, you know.
I did not know.
We saw this really big one. I was like, "Wah!"
I'm sorry, how did it go again?
And then his tail went. Phew.
Interesting.
It was messed up. Yeah.
Well, if you see one again, let me know.
You said hi.
Oh, you'll know.
You
Oh.
can see one.
We're not going to...
No.
Oh,
You said definitely hide.
also good. I will follow your lead.
Okay.
What time is it around, like in the day?
Like 11:45 noonish, like
Oh,
coming
so
up
we
on
s-
midday.
We got lots of time.
You
to
got some
get to
time.
the-
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean, you guys got up with sunrise, so.
Gotcha.
can I
By-
do a
By the
go
way,
ahead.
I just texted you the map of the city, which you have,
Ooh.
just so you know.
Amazing. Oh wow. Can I do a perception check? Just as we're walking.
Looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, just kind of like scoping out the trees and like the high areas, just seeing if there's anything following us or any movement, and then I'm just trying to notice as well if I can hear like sounds while we're kind of getting deeper.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
I want to do something after him.
13.
13. You don't catch on any sounds or anything following you, anything in the trees. You do notice, sort of coming from off to your right in the jungle, there's like little sort of like tendrils and fingers of just blue mist that is coming. I mean, not like blue, just sort of like blue tinged mist. This is, you guys have seen fog and mist lots of times over the last couple of days, it being a very humid place with rapid temperature shifts, things like that. So this is not abnormal, but there is a little bit of mist coming from the right side of the road.
Guys, if anything goes south, if everybody gets lost, I'm gonna blow my horn. Only you're gonna be able to hear it, because it's a magic horn. So I think if we should have a place where we could find each other again. Maybe at that entrance over there, off to the side, where those little carpeted trees and stuff is.
Oh, are you talking about like that spot right there with like the trees?
Yeah, the little trees.
This spot right here with the trees.
Yeah, that's
Tell you make an
Pointing in a
Arcana
different
check.
direction.
okay. Uh, 3.
'Kay.
Or maybe that little entrancey or exit area right there on that side in case anything happens.
What if we Is it like recognizable? Like, are we gonna be able to find that spot again, or?
Make a survival check.
Wait, are you pointing on the map? Or are you
No,
looking
no,
right around?
no. She's pointing in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like trying to understand it.
Wait, you have a map. Maybe we should point the map.
Oh, okay. So we're right here. You see, that's the bridge. And then this is the city, and then it like drops down. If anything happens, should we meet here? What do you think, else, Mr. Survivor Man? And Gabe, feel free to chime in. You're part of the group now.
You know that there's paper there that he's pointing
If
at.
I can
but you can't
find
see
this
what's
bridge
written on
again,
the
I will
paper.
be delighted to meet you back here.
I
Oh.
can't see what's on the paper.
Maybe let's hold off on finding a meeting spot. Let's just get to the clearing. And we
Okay, I
can,
just wanted to use my horn. It's really cool. Let's go.
Thalia, you notice that the mist on the right-hand side of the road is starting to creep closer.
Guys, you noticing that mist? I don't like the look of it.
Yeah, well, it was like over there, and now it's here, and it appears to like slither, like it's almost like some sort of like
I
being.
don't like this at
The
all.
mist is slithering.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think I've seen something like this before. It was in a tavern back in the city. And the mist gets thicker and thicker, and then these two halfling dancers leap out of it as you're singing. It's pretty great.
Oh,
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that does sound pretty
I
awesome.
don't think that's what's gonna happen here.
Yeah,
No?
I'm gonna agree with Thalia,
Unfortunately, no. Oh, that would
But
be
we
great.
should-
Great.
Check
We
out that
could
spot.
Wait and see.
Well, yep.
Ah,
Could be.
Maybe we should get going.
Maybe
yeah.
we-
Let's walk.
Maybe they're angry halflings.
Oh, no time for dancing, I suppose. You're probably right.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
What is?
Keep an eye on the mist then as
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, I'm
walking.
keeping an eye on that
Yeah.
with my perception.
I'm gonna, fast walk.
You guys are fast walking?
Yeah.
Sure. Pick up the pace
Where
a
it
bit.
looks like you're
Can we do it like
But you're not actually
Yeah.
going any faster.
kind of like stealthily?
Do you want to go fast or do you want to go quiet?
Can both.
Elt wants to go fast if we're putting it to a vote.
I would like to go fast.
All
as
right,
well.
let's just go fast.
Okay, let's run. All right, come on, Gabe.
Oh, all right.
So you guys start moving. Thalia, you notice with your 18 passive perception that the mist is curling sort of all around you. Because you're moving quickly, it's not going to cut you off, but it is sweeping up behind you. And the more it sort of breaks out into the light outside of the canopy of the trees, the bluer it looks.
Guys, the mist is changing. It's turning blue. It's surrounding us.
Okay, this is definitely bad mist. We need to go.
It's bad mist.
X is gonna take out his wand of magic missiles that he attuned to. Or do I have to attune to a magic missile? I didn't see anything.
No, it's not an attuned item.
Cool. Probably a good time to use this. And he's just gonna shoot off a missile at the mist.
Okay.
Into the mist?
How many charges?
Just one.
So mark off one charge, and you just, and this like triangle of brilliant white light just like blasts out, disappears. The mist sort of like swirls around it, and then just fills back in. And you hear maybe about 100 feet in the distance, and like the splintering of wood.
Okay, bad idea. You're right. Do we run? Do we run? Do we run?
I
Do we
just
run?
start running. I'm not waiting for a group decision on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna see an on-run and I'm just gonna run with her.
Yeah,
Come on.
easy with your sense to like know
Yeah.
where she is. Everybody running?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody.
Suppose I'll follow along.
Everybody give me an athletics or acrobatics check, your
boy.
choice.
So acrobatics is 0, but athletics is -1. So I think we'll go with acrobatics.
20 for athletics.
I got a
11.
2.
11.
18.
What was it for again?
Athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics. I will roll for your chuckleheads. Oh, I rolled 2 12s. So, okay.
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay, so you guys are all running. Anon, you're leading the way, and like 30 feet down the road, there is like a vine that is snaking out that you didn't see between the mist and just the panic of running and everything else like that. Roll a d20 for me. 8. A second too late, Nox is like, look out! And you just tick your toe goes underneath it and you just slam into the ground and trip.
Given that I'm behind her,
Mm-hmm.
and with a high roll, can I try to pick her up then? as
Yeah,
I'm
make a
running by?
dexterity saving throw for me.
That one.
You go to catch her, but this type of vision is still new to you, and because it's relying on sound and echo and everything else like that, like it's like there's a bit of lag, and you haven't quite like learned to compensate for the lag. So you don't realize that she's falling until she's halfway falling, and so when you go to reach out for her, you just sort of like your hand just sort of passes through air, and
That's
she
cool.
just hits the ground and slides. You're gonna take 1 point of damage
Okay.
as your
I'll
face
take that.
slides across these ancient cobblestones.
Just spit out a
can I use
mouthful of
counter
moss.
charm?
To do
Just to give everyone around us advantage from being frightened or charmed.
Oh, cool.
yes, yeah, you can.
Uh,
So you just pull out your citern and
Yeah. I'm just gonna bam, 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 bam. Oh, I hope this works. First time. Good luck.
you guys all just sort of like, as the music is going, it's just like strumming as he's running, and you all just sort of feel like a little more confident.
This is exactly what it was like with the halflings.
Go!
No, we're about to get eaten by some smoke. This is crazy.
Okay, one more athletics or acrobatics check around the table.
12 again.
21.
10.
19.
6.
Okay. Gabe and Anon, you guys are lagging behind a little bit. I need you both to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
22.
Okay.
Boy, Gabe.
23.
So you guys are running, and the mist is sort of like right behind you, and you both like are going, and you inhale a bit of it, and it has a taste of like decaying plant matter, like that sort of like sweet, earthy, yeah, a little fermented.
Mezcal.
And you feel like your lungs start to seize for a second, and you're just like, not today, Satan. And you just like push a little harder and like get out of it and take a like big gasp of clear breath as you keep running. After about 10-15 minutes of this, the mist sort of seems to just like roll, and then it just fades. And you look behind you, and there's a wall of blue mist, but it's not coming any further toward you all.
I think it's like part of the protective mist for the city.
Could I see the mist when I was running?
No.
Okay.
No, because it doesn't have any form
Yeah, yeah.
itself. It doesn't make any sound. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Just like lean up against a tree. I got a little bit in my mouth and it tasted gross.
Oh, I gotcha. Shapes water and just
just
Are you
waterboard.
I got you. It's okay.
I'm just getting
Don't die.
waterboarded.
Don't die. Oh, I saved
Catch
you.
your breath.
I saved you, Anon. Oh, I thought you were gonna get poisoned.
No, I'm just like sputtering on the ground, kind of
Oh,
coughing
they're
up water.
there. Pats her back. Okay, new friend Gabe, how are you?
I'm doing all right. If I could get a little bit of that, that would be grand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Open up.
Fix. Excellent.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Everyone's good. Everyone's good. Okay.
You're carrying a lot of stress for the whole gang here. I'm noticing.
Yeah. Well,
You need to zen a little bit.
Yeah. Well, just
Pray
found
to
out.
the deep or something.
Oh, right. Yeah. Deep sash lass. Okay. Okay. Oh, hey, Deep.
You're doing right.
It's X. I just need your protection over all of us, cause yeah, it just feels really weird and a lot of crazy things going along, and El has his eyes back, but not all of his eyes. So yeah, just keep us in mind. Thanks if you're there. She's gonna like look up and wait. No. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Well, I think we're getting closer. So yeah, all this running and we're really shaving off a lot of the map distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're making pretty good time.
We are.
Okay. Just keep on walking.
All right. So another couple of hours pass. You're about 2-ish hours before sunset as you sort of crest a small hill. And before you, you guys see the craziest city that you have ever seen. There is a 50-foot wall that encircles the city, parts of the city that you can see, though crazy disrepair. Parts of it are crumbled down. There was a part of the city that was actually on the outside of the wall itself that sort of led up to the wall. You see a few gates that sort of break the wall at regular intervals. And then the city stretches on for quite a ways inside. There are some houses that still seem intact. There's a lot of rotted roofs, different buildings. Everything is covered in mold and moss and vegetation. The jungle is taking the city back, but you can still see the shape of it as it's all there. And then about halfway through the city, there's a plateau that rises up with like steps carved through it and into it. And then above on this raised plateau, the buildings are larger. The buildings are more opulent. There are cathedrals, some with spires that have fallen. There are waterfalls falling off of this cliff into small rivers that sort of flow away. And in the far distance, you see, rising above the cityscape itself, a single spire of black stone that sort of twists as it was built, probably about 300 or 400 feet tall. Huge tower that just dominates the skyline in the distance.
Wow.
That's cool.
Not to be presumptuous, but if the books Philip reads me are any indication, I feel we should check that tower out.
The books?
What do we buy the city?
Yes, he reads to me most nights.
What do the books say?
Fuck.
They think that seems like an important sort of place because people who are rich like to live in places that are high up for some reason.
Got you.
Does he read you like fairy tales at
He
nighttime?
does.
Oh, I hope I get to meet Philip. I want him to read me stories too.
You would like him a lot.
I bet I would.
Well, I guess we'll check it out. Oh, hey, El, it's absolutely fascinating and like gorgeous city. It's like, imagine if like Imperium meets like jungle meets like, oh no, the city's falling apart into this like cosmic rift. That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, it's all
With,
coming
like,
together perfectly.
Waterfalls and stuff around too. It's like super pretty.
Oh, and there's
Yeah.
this absolutely like stunning tower that's like twisting up to the sky, and it's like, well, it's like 300 feet. Probably some sort of like some form of stone that was like used for the construction of it.
Yeah, probably safe to guess it was stone.
Yeah, stunning, stunning, absolutely stunning.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
Ah,
Do
yeah.
you think we can make it before the sun goes down?
you could definitely get to the city.
Okay.
There's no way you would be able to get to the tower by that period of time. You have no idea what to expect once you're in the city
Sorry, yeah,
itself.
to the city.
Yeah.
But I think you might have forgotten about all the shadow creatures that that lizard guy was talking about. We don't want to say his name. He's rude. And I just don't think that if we, should camp out by the city, maybe we should just camp here in this clearing, and then storm the city by day.
Oh, but we just got chased by that fog, smoke, mist, and it.
Well, do you want to go from the fog, smog, mist into the shadows, bad shadows? Bad shadows.
I just wasn't sure, well, A, where we are, and B, if it'd be safe if we camped up along the wall and then faced out.
Like
But
on
yeah,
top
we
of the
are
wall?
potentially facing whatever the hell's in the city then.
Oh well, this is usually the time where Peter speaks up. So, Peter, what does the wisest 16-year-old think?
Asshole. Okay, I gotta channel my inner Peter here for a second. Okay, so we know that the jungle is dangerous. We know that the city is dangerous. That's literally all we know. We know that there are shadow creatures inside the city, and we know that there are giant lizard things that want to eat us, and mist, and mosquitoes, and monkeys, and shadow creatures, and cats, and lots of things in the jungle. So, guys, I think we're fucked.
Good talk.
Yeah, thanks, Pete.
But I mean, like, a building, it's more defensible than a clearing.
Would be nice to have a roof over our heads. Plus, everything in the jungle sounds terrible, and I myself have had some great times in shadows before, so why not give it a shot?
You're growing on me, Gabe.
Okay, well, let's find camp and someone can pick the building.
Maybe don't make it out. He can't see very well still.
Moving on.
Uh,
Just walking
can
away
it,
from
so, so you said that there were stairs that kind of descend down, or?
So you just walk, you
yeah,
flat walk into
Oh,
the
nice.
city, and then there's a plateau that goes
Oh,
up
okay.
to the second
sorry.
half
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
got
city.
it.
So
I was pitching the other way around.
Yeah,
So,
picture
okay,
the
got
other
it.
way around.
Got it.
Gotcha.
yeah, so you're on the bottom right now, and a fair vast majority of the city. So in the map that I sent
Yeah.
you, so everybody else can see it. I will hold my laptop up here for a sec. So, this is the city. You guys are coming up along this road here. The wall that goes around, right around here, along this roadway is where the plateau is. This is the tower here. So the vast majority of the city sort of stretches off to your left and is on the lower part of the plateau. It just raises up over here, sort of along this line.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's find a spot, and maybe just knock to check if there's shadows in there, and I'll maybe Thalia could cast us pass without a trace.
Val.
I mean,
you
if
roll
someone
for
wants
it?
to mark off her spell slot.
Where are you?
Is it only level 2 spell?
Pass without trace? Yeah.
Why does she have one spell slot already marked off? In the second level, what did she cast?
Forgot to long rest, maybe.
She might have forgot the long rest.
Okay, and what? Okay, you know what? Elt, you almost got your sight back, but just close your eyes. Just kidding. And then X is just gonna sweep around his Cittern and just blast protection from good, evil and good, on him.
On me?
Yeah, blasted, dude.
You You have been blasted.
Does it feel like anything?
Well,
I
it's
feel like a little tickle on your
Yeah.
chin or something.
yeah.
Sounds
I blasted it just like
Your
right at your
scrotum just sort of
chest.
sucks up.
Okay, now you're protected and nothing can hurt you, I hope. But that's not actually how it works, so good luck.
Right. Well, fucking thanks, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, Gabe, I'll give you some of this blast, but only can do it once a day, so
Sorry, how are you blasting people here? I'm not clear on that.
with my citron guitar, like a guitar, like
Oh!
yeah.
It's like a magical.
Not a
Yeah.
problem at all. I used to be in a band myself, and I understand how difficult it is to perform for long periods.
Here's a point. Here's a point. Maybe we could dabble in
Elle's just
some
gonna-
arts later on.
They cast one of your spells for you,
Pass without a trace.
Okay,
just in case you're wondering why there's a second level spell slot marked off.
fair enough.
Okay, so everybody go ahead and roll a stealth check and add a 10 to it thanks to the spell.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 1 and a 3 for Alora and Peter.
Cool.
Thank goodness for your plus 10.
21.
The one time I get higher than Alora, she's not even here.
So,
16.
Alora got, I mean, she still has a plus 11, so she still gets
Insane.
12. She got a 22. Peter got
She's
a
never here.
19. You got,
21.
I just lost it. I'm sorry.
you're a monster.
16.
29.
22.
32.
Oh, 32 rather.
You got a 32 as
Yeah.
well.
Let me have it.
Give me that thunder.
Okay, so you guys all, what does Thalia's Pass Without a Trace look like?
It's like this dark kind of like a black mist that just kind of comes and goes out and goes and like quietly encapsulates people, and then everything just gets kind of quieter.
Okay. So you guys are all sort of inside this bubble of silence where your own footsteps and your own breathing is almost gone, but you can still hear the world around you very, very clearly. Doesn't seem to affect your, as much as everybody's making less sound, it's still enough sound that you can clock where
Okay.
everybody is around you. So you move down this road for probably about another 15 or 20 minutes or so until you start reaching the outskirts, where you can assume at one point in time there was farmland here. There's the occasional house in the distance, barns, things like that, stables that have all, because these are all made out of wood, they've rotten and mostly collapsed at this point in time. Some places have trees growing out of the middle of where the house is, and the fences are all overrun with brambles and vines and whatnot. And you keep going, and the buildings eventually get a little bit thicker and a little bit thicker, and you start to see, two-story houses and the occasional townhouse row and different things as you're getting into the city itself. The feeling underneath your feet changes from packed earth to cobbles that are covered in vegetation. Occasionally you see cobblestones coming through. You start to see alleyways and passages and different streets that are branching off as you go through this section of the town. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for? Do you want to stop outside of the walls or inside of the walls? What is it that you're...
I think just like a strong enough building that we could
A sturdy,
hold out.
sturdy looking.
One that's not
building
rotting.
that
Okay.
looks
No creepy shadow,
seemingly safe.
wraith things.
Anybody
in it?
else prefer if we go in the city or want to do outside the walls
I
first?
feel like the further away,
Probably
the better.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Further away from the jungle or further?
No,
oh,
from
the
the
tower.
fire thing.
In between spot.
So like a well-built building, but outside of the city wall.
Okay. Somebody make an investigation check for me. If
Not
someone
me.
wants to help, they can do it at advantage.
Not me.
Let's
You can
see.
help somebody.
How's your investigation?
Wildly unhelpful.
Well, I guess I'll give it a go.
I mean, Alora's got the best stat, but I just feel like I feel wrong rolling for somebody that's not here. So
Can she
That's
help?
fair.
Alora can help you, so roll with advantage.
22.
22. Okay, so about halfway between sort of the edge of town and where you can clearly see the wall and the watchtowers and whatnot in the distance. You just sort of like look down an alleyway and you see a small wrought iron gate with a, maybe a 6-7 foot wall. And you think to yourself, walled house. That's probably more defensible. It's made out of stone. Maybe there's a better chance that it might be still standing, a little bit more structurally sound than a lot of the wooden buildings and whatnot that you have passed. So you and Alora head down that alleyway. The gate itself is like rusted closed, so it won't open without some sort of force. But through the gate, you can see a 2-story building fully made out of stone. The roof is still mostly intact, not entirely intact. Slated roof, so some of the stone kept the weather off longer. It seems like it could be a fairly decent place to hole up for the evening.
All think that I found it. I mean, we found it. Sorry, Alora. Okay. Look it over there. How about that one? It's absolutely stunning. It's like if Alora's family suddenly had like a bunch of financial loss, and then but they still had enough of the assets to like keep one house together. I think this is it.
Alora just sort of sighs. She's like, "Oh, servants live in better places than this."
Oh well. What about you, Gabe? Pretty good, hey?
I've stayed in divier places, but I've stayed in better. But needs must, as they say.
There's a gate at least, and protects hopefully the gate, just like the shadows, just like no.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So how do we get the gate open is the next question.
Yeah, good question. I'm not really a gate specialist. Can we climb it? Climb over it?
You could certainly try.
Can Laura pick the lock?
Is it rust? I guess it's
The
rusted
gate is
shut.
literally like rust, like it's fused shut with rust over the years.
I could just put the boots to it.
I was gonna say that my blast might help too.
Do you want to give it a blast and then I'll lay the old boot to it?
Well,
You
I
take
don't know if we
you
see
take one.
blasting after
What's
I just
all
cast
about?
Pass Without Trace.
Also, do we kind of want to keep the gate intact?
Yeah. Maybe it's time to use your heart and your head, my friend.
I've never tried it before, but there's a first time for everything.
Okay. Well, you've got the boots, and I've got this thing. So why don't I just pick you up and we'll head on over. You first. And he's just gonna grab a non in one hand and just strum over the fence.
You're flying.
Yeah.
How tall is the fence?
That's about maybe 6.5, 7 feet.
Oh, I'm just gonna climb it.
Make an athletics check.
Big, strong man.
Nobody
DC is 12 for anybody who wants to
I'm
climb
gonna
it.
try
Yeah,
climbing as well.
why not?
Don't forget, you have a ring of jumping.
I do?
It's been in your inventory for like 12
I
sessions.
totally
Thanks.
forgot about that.
I didn't know. I'm gonna jump.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics or athletics. Depends if you're trying to parkour your way over or if you're just trying to climb your way
Climb,
over.
yeah.
I'm
22.
gonna like try running.
Yeah, easily enough.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Parkour. Okay.
Try running next to Alt and like just jump next to him. Be like, what's taking you so long? And then hop
Yeah, I
over.
got a 14.
okay, so you, with the ring, you can cast the jump spell. And so it just basically triples your jump
Do I have
distance.
endless charges?
Yeah, while wearing this ring, you can cast the jump spell from it as a bonus action.
Yes.
So the jump spell itself is you touch a creature, the creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. And you can do that as many times as you want.
Oh, I can do it to other people
Didn't
as
want
well.
to touch us.
Only
you
yourself.
shuffle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You can only target
I
yourself.
thought-
Okay, yeah. I'll have everyone by you. No, just kidding. All right. I will jump
What is
over.
your strength modifier?
0?
No, sorry, not the modifier. What is your actual like strength score?
11.
11. Okay. So, hang on. I'm just going to look up. Jump rules are weird in 5e. So, I'm just going
Oh, and if Elt hasn't fully made it over the fence, Exos is gonna rush and grab him as he's climbing over.
I
Gotcha,
try to like
big
hang
guy.
onto the wall, like get off.
It's romantic.
Like
and
trying
right.
like kicking.
Hey.
I can do it myself.
Yeah, kind of blind. Don't know how
I'm
far
gonna
the
take- I'm
ground
gonna
is.
take a
So
swing.
with the jump spell, you just go, boing. You like literally just clear the whole thing, no problem.
Dang, you got an up B.
I forgot I had that. How?
So
how helpful.
you've like parkoured your way over, and then this little halfling just goes.
Boing.
You fly over with Anon.
Yes, and then before Elt can get fully over, Exos is gonna rush and grab Elt at the top of the.
Okay, so you're just like muscling your way up. You're like, I got this, and then you're just like scooped underneath the arms.
I'm like trying to hang onto the wall because I don't want to be emasculated.
That's what friends are for.
Let go of me.
More awkward sight than just going.
No, I'm like trying to stay on the wall.
I got my own way.
All right, so yeah, Alora and Peter make it over, no problem. You are all on the other side of the wall.
Okay, just gonna walk up, and I think as I'm walking up, like, I'm just gonna see if I notice any movement or if I can hear anything going on in the house.
Perception check.
That's cocked. Sorry. Oh. 7.
7. You're just sort of like looking around, and you don't catch anything out of the ordinary. You just seems sound the door here. Yeah, that's definitely a house. Like you're from boats. You're from the
Yeah.
sea. It's a house.
Yeah.
You've stayed in a couple since you met these people, but you don't really know what to look for.
I'm gonna look for stuff too.
Anybody who wants to make a perception check can go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go in.
I'm looking
Quiet.
for wood and furniture.
Stealth? What are we doing? Or perception?
If you're gonna go in stealth, yeah.
20,
12.
24.
24. Yeah. There's once he opens the door, you sort of peek in, and it's pretty dim in there, but it is fully furnished. You look around the house, and it seems untouched, like overgrown. The garden, the rose garden, has completely gone wild. Everything else, as you guys are all looking around, you all get the impression that this house was left quickly. There are still plates on the table, granted all covered in dust and, detritus, and creatures have moved through here at different times. There are birds' nests in different parts of the house currently vacant and whatnot, but they didn't take anything with them when they left.
Somebody was in a hurry to get out of this place.
It's a 17 on stealth.
You
Wonder-
sneak in, no problem.
Not getting anything from my boots. Any impending danger?
Nope.
Perfect. Elt is happy.
Handy.
I'm gonna plop down on a couch.
Just puffs up with dust and mushroom spores and everything else like that.
Do I see dust at all?
As you cough, you see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna start going around casting
Same.
prestidigitation, trying to clean up some seating.
Yeah. One cubic foot at a time. You guys are
Slower.
cleaning the house.
I'm gonna look in the cupboards for any preserves and food and stuff.
Make an investigation check.
It was like 200 years ago.
Well, 14. Nope. 11.
11. You find some food? Question mark.
Was it preserved food or like?
It is in jars. It could be.
Alora, remind us how long ago this calamity happened.
She's like working on a lock on a cabinet, and she's like, it was about 290 some years ago, something like
As
that.
Thalia hears that, she's having the jar open. She's about to put it in her mouth. No.
Fun fact, honey never goes bad.
It's true.
So you could leave your honey there and probably still eat it.
290 years feels like really testing that theory.
See if there's any honey in any of the jars.
Make an investigation check.
It's just powdered honey at this
Or-
point. Yeah.
Sadly, no honey. You do find some weevil-ridden sugar that was in a clay pot and somehow managed to survive, but it is full of dead bug carcasses.
I'm good. I'll stick with my honey.
Kel's just gonna like shout back at the house. Before I forget, maybe we don't light a fire tonight.
And maybe we don't yell.
Fuck you. And I'm just gonna lounge back on the couch.
Yeah, well, maybe a good idea. And I was actually thinking, like, the journey's gonna be really long to get to the place, and we don't know if we're gonna get, like, caught up. So maybe we, like, go to bed early and then wake up really early.
That's a good idea. Sally's gonna run off and look in the bedrooms and see if there's any cool stuff.
We want this as our home base. What Fally was asking earlier.
Home base. Yeah, so this be the home base? If we can get out of here?
Yeah, that's probably a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It
And then
sounds
you can
good.
use your horn.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully
we'll
I'll
wait
have
no
to.
more than 24 hours. And then
Yeah.
we're moving on.
This could be home base 1, and then if it gets really bad, if it's like we can't stay in the town, then home base 2 could be the bridge.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works for me.
This sounds good.
Okay.
Does anyone have any like charms or spells to protect this place?
I might.
Can't you just keep Nox watching the whole time?
Yeah, I can. And I was thinking that, but
Could Pete send his dragon to keep a lookout too?
Yeah, okay. And he just whispers to Lucis on his shoulder, and you see this like red pseudo dragon just go, "Argh," and then flies out the front door.
Can you let us know if Lucy sees anything cool, Pete?
Yeah. And he just sort of, you guys all see his eyes just sort of go milky as he sits in a chair.
are there beds still that exist?
Yeah, to a point. I mean, most mattresses were filled with straw, and so some of the straw has molded and not done well. There's one feather bed in the master bedroom that looks like it has fared a little better. I mean, they're still better than sleeping on the hard ground, but not amazingly well preserved.
Who's got dibs on the feather bed? As I like start inching towards it.
I mean, we could probably both fit.
You guys go ahead and take it. I've got a bedroll, and Philip taught me how to work it. So,
Aren't you
All
a
right.
learned man?
education, it really pays.
I'll be sleeping here on a couch then.
Okay, and yeah, we'll probably make some food for everyone. We've got what do we have? Do I have potatoes? Do I have what kind of rations?
I mean, it's mostly like hardtack and like things that are easily preserved. It's
Okay.
Lambus bread. And look.
More lambs.
Well, actually, I realized that there's not much cooking that needs to be done, so
I'm just gonna grab some pieces of bread in case any of us dies tomorrow. Just gonna put a little drop of honey on each piece and like hand it out to everybody.
It is the greatest honey any of you have ever tasted in your entire life, and you instantly want more of
I'm
it.
not taking it, because I am aware.
I take yours.
Yeah.
I'm eating it with no questions whatsoever.
Yeah, it is the most delicious thing you've ever put in your mouth.
Fabulous.
oh, can I have some more since I'm gonna die tomorrow?
Nope. I'm gonna put it and then tie it up on my side.
Okay, fine. Well, I can take first watch, actually.
Well, actually, you know, Elt has had a great idea, and I was kind of thinking the same thing. Nox doesn't actually have to sleep or anything, and he said he'd be totally fine to just kind of keep watch for us. He'll wake me up if anything's going on. And he's bright, which might kind of keep the shadow ghosties away, maybe? I don't know.
Or bring them
Or
close.
give us away, actually.
Well, what if he's like, are there coverings over the windows? Like if he's
There's drapes that you can draw. I mean, they're a little moth-eaten, so some light might get through. But I mean, there's enough fabric and things like that in this house, furniture, whatnot, that you could easily board the windows up if that's what you wanted to do.
we could board them up, maybe, just so that no one light comes out.
Yeah, because I feel bad because, like, Gabe got all the wood and then we said we're not going to have a fire. So, like, He'll probably use some of his wood.
May as well put it to use.
Help yourself. Wood can be used for many things.
Like what?
I've seen it done. I swear I know this. You could use it for boards. You can make fires out of it.
Oh, right.
You can use it to make a stick for roasting things on fires.
Oh, I love doing that.
You could hit people with it if needed.
Bit
Yeah.
gauche, but yes, I think that you could.
Okay, well, let's get started.
Yeah, I'll just start boarding up some windows.
Okay. Is anybody proficient in carpenter's tools by any chance?
I think.
Absolutely not.
I know you're not.
No.
What did I get for making the table? Was it just just +1 in woodworking? Never mind.
How do we see where we're proficient at stuff?
Which is that you should have
Uh,
carpenter's tools
proficiency.
proficiency.
Okay,
language,
then I
right?
must not have added it
Yeah,
in here
cool.
because I only had leather workers.
Oh, that might have been because I remade your character.
Okay.
So I will just re-add it.
Yeah,
for
because
you.
I was making like carvings and stuff before.
Yeah. Okay, one sec. So go ahead and roll. Add your dexterity and your proficiency modifier.
Okay. Proficiency.
Is anybody assisting him?
I will absolutely assist, but that mostly is just holding up bits of wood, because that's where my knowledge runs out.
I mean, it helps. That's what I did when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
So roll with an
Oh,
advantage.
okay, good.
Pass me the Phillips now.
That's a 17.
17. Yeah, so
He
you're
looks
able
nothing like that.
Sorry, 16.
with Gabe's help collecting the right shapes of wood that you need as you send him about. You guys are able to. Do you want to board all the windows on just a single floor? What's the plan?
think just the first floor.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to board up all the windows on the first floor. You were able to find sort of a jar of rusted nails in a side sort of cabinet that was able to make it a little bit easier on you with that roll. So you fairly solid attempt at blocking all of the light and even making a little bit more of a defensible space.
Perfect.
There's one door in the front and then a door in the back that sort of leads into a small, like walled area where probably they kept refuse, maybe coal, things like that, with another gate that leads out into an alleyway. Those are now the only entrance and exit points of the house that aren't boarded up, unless you want to board them up as well.
I don't think so.
You can lock them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be boarding them up.
Okay. So you guys are boarded up. I'm going to say that took you about 3 or so hours. Is there anything that you guys want to do while Gabriel and Eltamil are carpentering the house?
In the windows that Elt is not currently working on but are not complete, Exos is just gonna like go behind the drapes and then just go back.
Just be the creepy neighbor.
Yeah.
Make a perception check for me.
Be good. Yes. Oh, 19.
19. You don't notice...
21, sorry.
Even better. You don't notice anything amiss going around. What you do notice is the absolute absence of, there's no mice, there's no birds, there's no rats, there's no squirrels, there's no insects. There's nothing living.
Paradise.
No bugs.
I have no concerns and go to sleep.
You roll out your bedroll upside down and
Correctly.
you go to sleep.
Exos will just kind of like wish everyone a good night and just like, hey, not to scare you, but haven't seen a living thing out here or in the house. So
It sure is quiet.
Should we maybe all just sleep in the same room or something?
well, like yeah, if it would like make everyone else feel safer, then and more comfortable, then yeah, absolutely. Like that's what friends are for. So happy to support you.
How many?
So on this main floor, there is a sort of fairly substantial sitting room where there's a fireplace in that. There's a smaller study that's adjacent to that. There is a large, seems to be formal dining room, a smaller, what you can assume, servants' dining room, and then it's just sort of like the foyer entrance area with the stairs that lead upstairs.
I'm assuming the couch is by the fireplace,
Yes.
because that's where Elt will just be lounging.
That's where I rolled out my
Okay,
bedroll.
perfect. So, we're tired. We're working class.
Everything always works out for me. It's gonna be fine.
I think I'd rather sleep down here than on that feather bed that's like 300 years old, anyways.
Okay.
Alora's like, if you want to help me, we can just drag it down. Just the mattress.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
So while the boys are doing hammer things, you and Alora like drag the feather bed down and put it on the floor in the sitting room. Move a couple chairs out of the way. It's definitely better than your bedrolls and better than the floor.
Can you sleep with there?
Yeah, how many people could how many of us could?
It's like a king size bed, so I mean with the right
Alora could
Tetris
probably
shapes,
fit on it,
like
too.
all the girls could
All the
definitely sleep on
ladies.
it, no problem.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's gonna lie in between the
I
two
mean,
of
you're
them.
4'8" and she's like
Yeah.
3'9", so you definitely could both fit in
Just
the
stack
king
on
size
top
bed.
of each other.
Take
and
turns,
sleep.
just like big spooning each one,
Yeah.
alternating
Um,
inappropriately close.
I love it. I snuggle in.
Exos, he's just gonna do like a quick lap around the house, but he's really just wanting to see if there's like a cool book that he can find for Peter.
Make an investigation check.
Oh my! Why did I go back to you? 9. Nope, 7.
You find some storybooks. You find a financial ledger, but nothing of
Peter might love
magical
that.
interest.
Yeah.
Light
Gabe
reading.
might like a storybook.
Gabe, I was wondering if you wanted to read this story with me.
Gabe's just
Unconscious.
Maybe tomorrow night. Shh. And I'll just slide it under his pillow.
Before I drift off, I just talk to Nox. I'm just like, "Are you okay keeping watch for us?"
yeah. I don't see why not. I mean, I don't have to sleep, and I just gotta sit here and watch. I mean, you guys have found a pretty good place. It seems like.
I hope so. I'm just really worried about those shadows. Will you know if they're coming?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, the last ones, like I could see them. So if
okay.
if they're like those, then probably. This place is weird.
Weird how?
That way, and he points deeper into the city,
Like towards the spire.
towards the spire. It feels like wrong, like boiling.
Hmm.
It's hard to say, but it's like it ripples out every now and again.
I agree. It doesn't feel right here, and the closer we get, the more that feeling grows. But I wonder if it's from that chasm into that realm that the mother was talking about. Maybe something's coming out of it.
Maybe. Well, get good sleep.
All right, good night.
And just pillow talk.
He just like plops himself up on the fireplace mantle and just like sits looking
just-
out over all of you.
Sits up from my chest.
Yeah, just-
I like your idea.
that's how he gets out of you. You're just like lying down talking to him, and he just goes, "Okay," just like sits up out of your body.
I love it. It's amazing.
Elt's gonna stay up for probably like roughly like a short rest, or not, like first watch time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you trance, so you don't even technically need to
okay.
sleep. All the elves, so you and Peter and Alora, you guys just sort of meditate. You don't actually like have to. You can sleep if you want to, but it's not required.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just to like move, like walk around, kind of get used to like this eyesight thing. And
Yeah.
just-
Yeah. It's novel. You walk around the house, and as your footsteps echo out, like it's like ripples of being able to see the walls and the doorways and curtains and
Okay, cool.
different things like that.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys all nest in for the first night's sleep here in Iowale. And that's where we're going to take our break. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. We'll grab some drinks and some snacks, and we'll be right back. Hey, we're back. So, as you all settle down for a night's sleep, Nox watching over you.
Damn, I was hoping we were just gonna skip this part
Yeah, I was like,
with the break.
rest and sleep, and we wake up refreshed.
A place
happy.
called the Sleeping City. We thought we would miss on the sleeping part. Is that what we're saying?
Assumed everyone here sleeps extremely well.
Yeah.
So everybody except for Peter, Alora, and Eltamiel. As you are sleeping, you all have the exact same dream. For the first couple of hours of your sleep, everything goes as normal. You dream of what you normally dream about, whether it's flying, dancing halfling girls, whatever it is. But at some point in time, as the night progresses, your dream starts to shift, and you dream of the city itself. You dream of buildings as they once were, not as they are now. A beautiful city, carved of tons of different types of stones, of marbles and sandstones, of obsidians and slates. Streets lined with beautiful trees and florals, thousands of people, mishmashes of all different races walking through it. And then a wave crosses the city of this sort of black and purple and deep blue energy as it spreads across the city. And at first, it seems like nobody knew what was going on. There was mild panic. There was concern. But then life carried on for a day, and then for 2. And then all of a sudden, people started changing. Not all at once, but in 1s and 2s, and then 5s and 6s. They wouldn't wake up from their sleep. And then their skin would turn black. And then small lesions would open, but instead of wounds, pinpricks of light coming out of their skin. And a darkness spread over the city as these beings woke up and started attacking those who had not changed. And then the panic came. And some fled, and some tried to stay, and some believed that they should stay and they should lock the city down and stop any sort of infection or illness spreading further throughout the land. And more and more and more changed. Anyone who remained in the city would eventually go to sleep and never wake up. And then the morning comes, and you all wake up. Everybody roll a d20 for me. Not you.
It's cocked.
Nat 1.
Today's the opposite day, so
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Wait, what was the add-on?
No add-on.
Oh, then how
Oh,
do you have a
19.
dirty-
So a nat 1 for lying. Okay.
I thought it was constitution. Absolutely.
Okay, so it is early morning. The sun has not quite risen yet, and you all sort of stir awake. The elves and half-elves sort of come out of your meditative trance. Nox just sort of looks over at you, and you hear in your head, "Hey, so no shadow things, but like 10 or so like people walked outside, but they were weird. They had lights on their skin."
What?
Yeah, they were all black. Some were wearing scraps of clothes and things, but they had like little pinpricks of light just sort of like randomly across their skin.
Oh, maybe that's what Vix was talking about.
Can we hear Nox saying this, or is this
No,
just
it's
internal?
just straight in her head. Yeah.
I'm just talking back to him in my head.
Yeah.
Did you were they were just wandering? Did they seem like they were going somewhere? Were they just kind of
They came up to the wall, like, I don't want to say sniffed around because they weren't sniffing, but it's like they kind of knew something was here and they tried to like come through, but they couldn't open the gate. They were clumsy, so I don't think that they could climb. But
This is. We gotta tell the rest of them. Is it everyone's awake?
yeah, I would say. I mean, you're all sort of like shifted, and you're all sleeping in one room,
Yeah.
so it's easy enough.
This song.
Oh, I'll just tell you what it is.
So, everyone just wanted to give everyone a little update, I guess. Knox was doing an amazing job keeping lookout. Props to Knox. Everyone give him a hand. I just give him like a couple props and just keep going.
Also very sarcastically.
Thank you. So Knox didn't see any of the shadows that we saw, a few nights ago, but he did see these
I'm just gonna text it to you.
figures, these people walking around, all black, but with like pinpricks of light coming through their skin. And they kind of lingered a little bit around the gate, but they couldn't get in. They were clumsy. I don't think they could have climbed the wall or get through the gate, but that gives me the creeps for sure.
Didn't the mother say something about beings made of stars here? And like the night sky?
Yeah, she did.
Sure.
Your mother said that.
No, the mum. It's she's half of this Earth's soul. She have you heard of the city of Wanderlust?
No.
You definitely
Yes.
would have heard of
Oh,
City
okay,
of
I'm
Wanderlust.
wandering around.
So it's basically Wanderlust is imagine if Burning Man and Las Vegas and a refugee camp had a baby,
I would definitely have heard of that. Yeah, fair enough.
but it literally constantly moves through a place called the Green Sea, which is just a big grassland.
Cool.
And you only get there if somebody who knows the place takes you. And you have been begging people for years to go to Wanderlust, but no one has ever taken you there.
Today's your lucky
Rude.
day, friend.
I'm excited.
So yeah,
Okay.
you've heard of it.
Okay.
The mother, she's in charge of Wanderlust. And she's commissioned us to come here to find this tear. It's part of a deal that I made with her to retroact a deal that I made with somebody else. Apparently I'm shite at making deals.
That can happen to the best of us.
But when we reference the mother, that is who we're talking about.
So after we find this tear, we're going to Wanderlust.
Indeed we are. You trying to get there?
Fantastic. Then, Knox, I don't mean to be critical, but you should have woken us up so we could go out and ask those people if they know what's going on at the tower.
Well,
I mean, great suggestion. I love the input. I think we'll just take it, as a group and kind of.
Maybe.
enthusiasm's fantastic.
Did anyone have that dream, Liz?
I mean, the things might have tried to eat your soul. I don't know if you should be asking them that.
What, do you have a weird dream?
You had a weird dream too?
Wait, what? You had a dream?
I had a dream.
Yeah, I had a
About the
dream.
city.
Yeah, there was,
What the
and then the
fuck? Not
people
Just me, then.
started turning into these black things with cracks
With
of
the-
light.
Pricks of light. That
Yeah,
Wait. You all had the same dream?
yeah.
The people from the town became these things that Knox saw walking around last night.
But then those things started attacking people, like undead monsters.
Hey, and if I think we should probably try to complete the mission for Elt as soon as possible, because I don't really want to become that.
I'm gonna walk up to X, and I'm gonna try to like pull you aside. Are you coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just. You're gonna have to kind of.
Yeah.
pull me 'cause I'm-
Yeah. I just didn't know if you wanted to stay.
As you guys are leaving the room, you just hear Peter's voice. I bet you they're gonna go have a kiss. Laura's like, "Shut up, Peter." But yeah, probably.
Non was right yesterday. You're stressing a lot.
Yeah. Just it just feels a little different, and well, I'm pretty scared to lose anyone, because well, I called you family, but now you're like closer than family. So yeah, no, just I don't know, it just feels really off, and yeah, I feel like the mum maybe set us up for not a lot of success here.
But you trust her, Mum, don't you?
Yep. Trust her.
Well, then you wouldn't. Then you'd trust that she wouldn't do anything that she wouldn't send us anywhere that she doesn't think we'd be able to handle.
Yeah, okay.
Can I let you in on a secret? Or like lean in to make it like a secret?
What?
I'm afraid too.
Oh, thank gosh. Oh, man. I mean, it started with like a big spider, like something that I can handle, and, you know, like it slowly progressed. But, I mean, this is a really big city, and, if nearly like 100,000 people can't survive, then, just trying to counter odds.
But you know how like your spells work, right? Like how you can influence people.
Yeah.
You're kind of like that for our group. If you're afraid and worried and stressed, there's a good chance that everybody else around you is going to start to feel the same way.
You really think that? About
Come on, X, you're
Me?
a smart man.
Extos Mio? I'm just bad.
Now's no time to be humble. You know damn well you're the heart of this group. And if the
Okay.
heart's feeling stressed, then everything else in the body's feeling stressed.
Okay. Be brave. Be brave.
Just for a
I'm
couple
not
days.
Scared. I'm not scared.
You can be scared.
Okay. All right.
You're allowed to be scared. It's part of bravery. It's facing that fear.
You're right. I wish I could just like magically inspire myself, but thanks for your kind words. And okay, I can do this.
I've shared the city map
Yep.
with all of you.
Thank you.
You can zoom way in if you need to, but Extos has the map of the city that
Okay.
the mother gave to you all, so.
Okay, I got this. Shake my hand, sir.
I'll shake his hand and then I'm gonna give him a slap on the ass and walk out.
That's an
Hey.
incredible pep-up speech.
That was
And the slap
great.
ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turning a new leaf.
My friends, and also our new friend, welcome to an adventure that only the Mother's Fury can do. We've beaten a dragon. We have overcome some like incredible childhood trauma, and we have become family along the way. And that is no different. I am scared, but I've never felt more right about being with everyone here. So today we stick together, we got each other's backs, and I hope that everyone can forgive me for just letting it down.
You didn't let us down, X.
Let's give you a big hug.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You haven't let us down, X. And we're here for you as well. You know that.
Yeah. Yep. I just I care about you all, and so my commitment to everyone here, including our new friend Gabe, is I want to do everything I can to keep you all alive.
What a gracious way to start the day.
Indeed, well said, X.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's we said we're leaving early, so I've got the map here, and would probably just want to follow this road unless anyone else has anything to say.
Well, I think let's like tell everyone like everything that we saw in the dream. I would say like everyone didn't have the dream,
Okay.
so we're all on the same page there. What was I gonna say? So it seems like this happens. It happened to these people when they fell asleep, and then just more and more and more and more people were turning into these things. And I'm just, do you think we could do this in a day? Like I I'm kind of scared to fall asleep in the city again. What if one of you doesn't wake up?
We should just cross that bridge when we get to it.
Do we want to?
Great optimism, but also we don't know how to fix this. It might not be reversible.
Well, Mother sent us here for a reason. She must believe that we can.
Well, what if we close the rift? Does that mean that even if one of us turn, that we'll maybe come back to normal?
Hey, none of us are going to be turning.
I guess spells to, stop that from happening.
And we're all sticking together. None of us are turning here.
Nox, I don't know what this means, but Nox told me he can feel like these ripples coming out of the tower every so often. And it just reminded me of in the dream, that happened in the dream, and I'm just worried.
Well, how about when we're in the city? Depending on how far we get, we decide then if we want to stay the night inside the city. We'll feel it out, see how Nox is feeling. Seems like he's a good guide on getting closer to this thing. And if it's not safe, we can always come back here.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember when the rift was broken or split open and then created, and then the darkness kind of poured over everyone. Was that at night or was that at day?
That was during the day.
During the day. Okay. And then when people started turning, was that also in the day?
People would turn, they would sleep overnight, and some of them wouldn't wake up.
Okay.
It seemed like the longer time passed, the fewer would wake up.
Okay, well, maybe in my dream I saw people that were over time, that it was always happening when they were sleeping. So I don't know, Thalia, do you have any cool spells that you can do? Pete, do you have any cool spells?
I've got lots of spells, but I feel like I should use them for when we need them. Guys, you're getting on your heads. Just stop. Look around. We're okay.
Okay.
Everything right now is okay. You guys are fighters. We've fought lots of scary shit. Like that T-Rex back there wanted to chomp on us. It's okay.
I know we have Gabe, so...
I think she's right. There's few things a positive attitude can't help you to overcome. Plus, in my experience, bad things don't happen to rich people.
He's right.
Alora just sort of nods.
I think you might be right. That's not the sort of thing I normally dream about. Was peculiar, I'll give it that. And you're probably right about not sleeping when we don't have to. But hey, we've all been on a couple of 3-day benders before, am I right? So, why don't we just get to it, see what we can find at this tower, and then back in time for dinner.
Works for me.
Okay.
Okay.
I love it. And also, maybe we can, find your friend, and also maybe figure out what happens to your brother.
If we can find out who kidnapped Philip, he'll have this whole thing sorted out in a jiffy. So keep your eyes peeled.
Hey, if you guys don't die in there, you can have all the honey you want.
Okay, let's do it.
Speaking of, maybe we can all have a little bit of honey for the morning. I know you know how well you felt after you had some.
Yeah. Do you want some now?
Just a bit. It's a very slippery slope.
Just stick your finger in there.
I will, and then before I take it, I'm gonna walk to the other side of the house and sit down and face the wall, and then eat the honey.
Okay.
Hand
I
out,
will,
please.
because you did that, I will not make you make a wisdom save.
Thank you. Thank you. Preparation's everything.
We get 2 temporary hit points.
If you're just doing a fingerful, I'll say 3 temporary hit points. If you took a whole vial, then it would be 5.
Yeah, I'm just doing a scoop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That'll last until you lose them or until your next long rest.
Okay. Every bit counts.
And because there's 7 of you, mark off one of your jars. So you'll go down to 3.
Okay.
It's very giving of you.
Gotta stop giving this stuff away.
Yeah. start charging.
Right.
Okay, well, we got a honey, we got a speech, we got our friends and family. Let's head out.
Where are you going?
So I'm gonna follow the road that takes us into the entrance of the
Okay, so you guys would be coming in through the gate that's marked with a C.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys walk through the remainder of this section of the old market and eventually reach what is marked as the Rain Gate. This was the main southern gate to the city. And in those of you who dreamt, this was a beautiful wall. The wall itself was actually all carved with like gleaming white stone, but when you get up to it now, it's dirty and pockmarked and streaked with time and age, but also like some sort of preternatural wear and tear that is going on to it. It's grayed and dim and dark. There were originally 2 huge watchtowers that stood on either side of the gate. The roadway here was wide enough that 6 carts could pass through the gates at any given time abreast. But one of the towers now has sort of collapsed, and half of the road is now blocked with rubble. But it's not too hard to just sort of skirt around the outside and get into the city itself. As you cross the threshold from outside the wall to inside the wall, within 2 footsteps, the temperature drops 15 degrees. It is cold in the city. Not freezing, because it was probably about 30 degrees outside, but going from 30 to 15 pretty quick is jarring. So you're not seeing your breath, but all of a sudden it's like the heart of autumn instead of the dead of summer in a jungle. And the light dims, not to darkness, but noticeably, like the dark clouds on a stormy day. Even though you look up and the sky above you is blue, the light around you just seems to be cut by half. The buildings are almost all uniformly black. The wood is black. The stone is black. There's like a film over everything.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna come back here.
Yeah, it's not really quite the vacation, hey? It's getting a little more ominous and it's feeling a little colder. I kind of like it because it's a little more my temp, but maybe we find an alley and get off the main path here.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, sounds good.
So there's an alley that goes off to your right towards the B, J, and G markers,
Okay.
or you can keep following the main boulevard towards the University District.
What are we feeling, y'all?
Is our goal to get this done as quickly as possible with no naps?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just go
let's
for
just
it.
go to the main boulevard.
Thalia, what about, would you be able to cast Pass Without a Trace again, or do you think that's needed?
I can do that. Sure. I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
I'm gonna like look into some of like the little, use my peephole ring and see if I can look into some of the buildings, see if I see anything.
So dope.
So cool.
That's cool.
Okay, make a perception check. Do you have dark vision?
I don't think so.
No, you don't. So
Perception.
make it a disadvantage.
If I could give you mine, I would. Mine is useless.
23.
At disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay. So you peephole and put your ring up against one of the buildings. Any building in particular? There's shops and houses and...
There's like a couple different ones, or just, I don't know, whatever one stands out.
Okay, yeah. So you just go up to sort of a average building, sort of 2 stories or like 1.5 stories. Looks like the second story was added on at a later date. And you go up, and the windows are all dusty, and you can't quite see through them. And you put your ring up, and then you look through, and you can see inside the building. And it is very dark inside the building itself. And again, everything is sort of covered with that black film. And you're able to sort of look through. And as you look in, you can see sort of down a hallway. The backside of the house is actually collapsed, and so you can see right outside into sort of a small courtyard. But the house itself appears abandoned, similar to the house that you stayed in the night before, where there's like a broom left up against a wall. There's a coat over the back of a chair, but they're all covered in that black film.
Let's see. Guys, I can cast Pass Without Trace, but I don't think there's anybody here aside from whatever takes people in their dreams.
Probably wouldn't matter then.
Hey Pete, can you maybe get Elusus to kind of get ahead of us and just keep an eye?
Yeah, he's already up.
Okay.
In the meantime, this whole place is filthy. I'm gonna just quickly run my finger down some of this black film and taste it.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
22.
22.
It's a high con save.
That is a high con save.
Good thing.
So
He's
you,
fairly accident-proof, which is nice.
you run your finger down, and it just sort of like sludges off a little bit, and then you just sort of taste it, and it's sweet, almost. Doesn't taste bad. It's not bad at all.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Wasn't as bad as you think. Give it a shot for yourself if you feel the need.
I don't think I'll pass today. Thanks, though.
Fair enough.
I'll probably stick to the honey or something, the real honey.
You're a brave man, Gabe.
Hadn't crossed my mind, but yeah, fair enough. Suppose I am.
Are we staying on the main road, or should we take a side street?
I think we just should get there as soon as possible if there's no one around.
And on the main road, we'll see trouble coming.
They'll see trouble coming.
Mother's fury. What?
All right, onwards then. I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Okay, so Eltamil disappears from sight. Are you guys moving quietly or quickly?
Maybe I'll cast Pass Without Trace just to be safe. We're going up to the tower.
Okay, so stealth checks for everybody with +10.
I believe.
What level spell is that?
Is mine an advantage because I'm invisible?
Yes, it is.
22.
Nice.
21.
30.
16.
Ah, damn it, you beat me.
What?
You beat me again.
Oh, did I?
I'll
don't remember
work
what my
on 34
modifier
if
is.
that matters.
Oh, damn it.
Stealth 6. Yeah, 32.
Okay.
No, 22.
I mean, for what it's
No,
worth,
32.
Alora could get a 42. So,
Wow.
rogues, man. Okay, so you guys all are moving quietly down this road, sort of like stopping and checking, having Elusa scout ahead, moving sort of from building to building as you sort of go along. As you pass a few of the alleyways, you see the black creatures standing still, heads down, just sort of like rocking, making no sound. But because of all of your amazing stealth rolls, you're able to like move past if you want. It's usually in ones and twos, very rarely in any large groups like that. But they tend to be staying in the more shadowed places, darker places, alleyways, underhangs, things like that. But they just stand there, eyes closed, rocking back and forth.
This might be the creepiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I'm going to
What are
gesture.
they doing?
I just beat my pants.
You've never been to a mime show. They're horrible.
Okay, everyone stay in the brightest parts because have you seen this? They're all in the shadows. We gotta stay away from the shadows, guys.
Yeah, stay from the shadows.
I've snuck into and out of plenty of places, and it feels like staying in the brightest point isn't how you do it.
Things are in the shadows. We could walk into one. I don't know.
Just keep going quietly.
Hey, can you bring out Nox? Because he's super bright.
No, I don't.
That'll give us away.
We're being stealthy.
If I need to, I'll whispering.
Okay. Who's leading the way? Give me a marching order.
I'm gonna be somewhere in the middle.
I'll be at the front.
I'll be off to the side then of whoever's up front.
Okay,
or
so-
like first two-ish.
We'll do Extos and Alora up front because she would definitely be up front too. So we go 2 by 2. Who's behind them?
I will go behind as long as I have somebody to follow since I don't know where we're going.
Okay.
I'll be invisibly beside Gabe.
Okay.
Um,
Anon and Thalia.
sure.
And then Peter will bring up the back.
The moody teen that he is.
He's actually going to be, occasionally, he'll just be putting his hand on your shoulder as he
Oh, as
wargs
he wargs.
into.
Get off your phone,
Elusives.
Pete. It's an adventure.
I'm an alpha wolf. We're always at the back.
That's been debunked, damn it. Okay, so you guys are going for maybe another 5 or so minutes, and then Peter is currently warged into Elusis, and he doesn't say anything at first, but he's like, you just feel his hand just like squeeze onto your shoulder.
I just whisper, stop, everyone stop. What is it? And then
Peter's like, okay, I can't hear you or see you right now, so I'm just gonna tell you what Elusis is seeing. Oh, okay. I had him fly a little bit further ahead to see what was going on as you get closer to the plateau up to where that spire is. Oh God, it's bad. It's real bad. It's very bad. This black film stuff gets thicker, and there are growths kind of everywhere.
Looking over at Gabriel as he's talking.
you just have another handful.
There are things that are not. They're also weird, starry things, but they're not people. They're bigger, and they're tentacle-ier, and they're awake. Are we sure we want to do this?
I'm like, Elt, you've got some cool ass powers now. Why don't we just maybe wrap this up and just
Maybe we should talk to Mother. Maybe she'll have some advice about.
No, we can't talk to Mother again. We gotta do this. She's trusted us.
How are we gonna do this?
Okay.
We gotta make a distraction.
Peter unworks, so he's there
How
with
do
you
we
guys now.
how do we fix the tear in reality?
What if
do
we
we get
distract
past
him
all
and
this?
draw him away from the tower?
There was a lot.
Well,
And it gets worse the closer to the tower it gets. I think it's like the Eye of the Storm or the opposite of that. Is the Eye of the Storm good? I've only ever read it in books. Is that good or bad?
It means there's a storm all around you.
we want to be
That's calm.
in the center. Yeah, exactly.
It's not calm there. It's
Okay,
worse. It's
okay.
worse there.
Pete,
don't even
were they
think we
all
can
in?
take on
Were they
more.
all in front of the big building?
Everywhere.
Okay.
There's like 12 or so big buildings sort of near to where the tower is. That whole section of the raised land was just covered in these like blisters.
So if we went around the city and somehow climbed up to the plateau, that wouldn't. There's stuff there.
It's all around, it's like, like when you drop a stone in a pond and like the ring of water comes out. It's like that, but then the ring just stops at like maybe 10 streets or so away from the tower.
Did Mother say anything about how we can fix this thing?
Well, she.
This is like that book Philip read me. Perish with difficulty. and he goes into the the sewers, and he crawls through to get past all the people.
Did you just
I bet we could.
reference?
It seems doable,
Wait.
That's not a
Guys,
bad idea.
There's
but
there's a university.
you're going to be able to clean me off after, right?
Oh yeah.
Then I don't see a downside.
Does a 300-year-old
Take
city
one
have
of those
underwater
D6 as an
sewers?
inspiration from me for that reference.
That was incredible.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You can add it to any roll.
Yeah.
Once.
Just not your actual damage.
Oh, good.
Yeah, anything but damage.
Okay.
Ability checks, attack rolls, so on and so
guys,
forth.
Saves.
Looking at the map, there's like a university, and like this is a really modern city, just like the Imperium city. So like, what if there are like, what if there's like tunnels that we can go underneath? Because there's no way that we're gonna get like.
No, we can't just
from that
walk
front
in.
end.
Walk in,
entrance.
that'll be suicide.
Absolutely.
Okay, maybe guys, should we just?
Let's. Okay, the university is like straight ahead on this main road. Unless I'm just trying to see if there's like any other way that we could get in, but I don't really think so. Unless I have some map making skills that I can roll for.
What are you trying to discern?
Trying to discern what L is.
What L is?
Or is that yeah?
Okay. If you look on the legend to the top left,
Is there a
L.
legend at the top left?
Yeah, there sure is.
What?
You have
L is
discerned.
L is called the keys,
Oh,
or the quays. It can be pronounced either way. Which you, of all people, would know that those are docks. So that is the lake. All
Oh.
L and all of those little black things are docks into the lake.
I was looking at the wrong image. The first one didn't. Oops.
All of my favorite, very reputable taverns have entrances to the sewers. And sewers always run to the nearest source of water. So, we should be able to follow them.
This is good. This is
Good.
good. Peter, did you see anything? Like, was the water affected? Like, could we
Hang
kind
on.
of go around?
He wargs again. This is gonna take a while. Talk amongst yourselves.
I kind of like that idea.
Can you just fly us in?
Well, I can't actually carry that much, unfortunately.
They might also see us coming.
Well, can't we do a couple? Oh, yeah, that wouldn't work actually.
Wait, we're still on a main thoroughfare.
Why
There
don't we-
must be a tavern around here somewhere.
Can we, like, look around?
You're just
to
trying to
see
get a
if there's any-
drink.
I don't know how good it will be after 300 years, but I bet there's an entrance downstairs.
You can have a look around if you
Yeah,
want.
we'll look.
I'm gonna look at each building first through like little peepholes and make sure there's nothing inside them.
Okay.
Can I ask what her ring is doing?
It's a peephole ring. I can put it against a solid wall and I can peek through and see inside.
When we get back to civilization, can I borrow that just for a couple of days?
For what?
Business.
I gotcha.
If we can't sneak in, we're gonna have to draw them out.
Or maybe could we go by boat? I'm just underwater. Who can? Maybe we can all magic ourselves to breathe underwater, and we can access it from that direction. Sounds easy enough, right?
Nope,
Oh,
not for me.
well,
Maybe for Exos.
yeah, look, I can kind of swim really good, but,
We're,
I don't
we're
think
getting rated on Twitch right now.
what is that?
Another
Anyone there have any
stranger joined
ideas?
in and watching us.
Hello, people on
Let's
stream.
go.
We're playing D&D.
Okay, Pete, were you able to find anything? Did Alyssa see anything?
So he sort of unworks and he said, "It was at the edge of my range, but there's a lot of stuff moving in the water."
Okay, water's.
No, water's not good.
Okay.
No
And
bueno.
it's in the circle of gross.
So, can we do anything from outside the circle? Like, what is it that we need to do?
We gotta get inside that tower.
I think we have to go below, just like Gabe said. Why don't we start with a tavern first, and then if that doesn't work and there's no like underground, then I say we try the university. But we gotta be quick, cause
What are
Hey.
the chances of a tavern leading to a creepy ass tower?
Can you ask
I'm just
Nox?
trying to
Does he
trust
have,
our
like,
new
energy
friend.
seeing
He was saying it
ability?
leads to the water,
Oh,
which I agree with.
I think it leads to the sewers. Because even when you're evil, everyone has to use the smallest room. They must all connect somewhere.
he does have a point.
Man's
Actually.
got a point.
Do you think there's evil things in the sewer?
Yeah, probably.
There may be gross things in the sewer, but it's unavoidable. It's a
I'm
sewer.
gonna just take my people ring and like see if I can go down
Yeah.
the ground for different places if I can find
It-
manhole.
It only you can do an investigation check to see if you can find a sewer entrance or a manhole.
10.
10. I mean, you're on a main thoroughfare, so takes probably a couple of minutes if you're willing to look around. Eventually down an alley that doesn't have one of those creatures
Keeping an eye
inside
out
of
for
it.
those, yep.
Obviously, you see like sort of like a small grate carved into the stone. Too small for any of you to fit down, but enough that with your peephole ring and everything else, like you could look down, and there definitely seems to be tunnels. How big they are, how many they are, where they go is hard to say, but there does appear to be some sort of water runoff and refuse runoff system beneath the streets.
Guys. there's
Also
tunnels.
completely covered in that black film. And smells terrible.
Tastes decent though.
Kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you get your mouth like that close to it, you could smell the film, and it smells good.
I'm just gonna check in with Nox and just ask, like, do you feel anything? Do you?
Where
I just don't know.
where Peter said the bad ring of
Doom.
doom and blisters and grossness is, that's where it's coming from.
Okay, cool.
It would it would stand to reason that that's where the tear is.
How are we gonna get there?
On the plus side, if we do decide to sneak through the sewers, they can really only come at us one or two at a time.
It's true.
Worked for me in the city guard.
Okay, I think we don't have any better ideas, so and we
Let's
need
try
to.
find these sewers.
we need to go quick.
Get out of here. Yeah.
Okay, so Thalia, could you see in the sewers?
Yeah, I can see a little bit. Elora, can you see down there better than me?
She looks down, and she does have dark vision, and she's like, it looks awful, but if we can find an entrance, we might fit one by one.
Okay, let's.
Is there any way we can know where this is gonna lead? You guys see the map?
Well, unfortunately,
Not a
there's
sewer map.
not really a sewage sort of a setup.
Yeah.
But, look, Gabe said something really interesting. He said that, like, even rich people have to poop. So why don't we just find the biggest building, and then figure out a way to
Climb into
So
a
get it?
toilet.
well, I was thinking we
I
jump
mean, they're
in the.
300 years ago. They're probably just holes. You might fit. I'm just saying.
That's why I never know that I hate this idea. I'm going along with it, but I don't like it.
Well, if you hate it, then picture how bad Laura hates it. She had people wipe her bum when she was a kid.
That makes me a little bit happier.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
They're gonna be so mad when they come back from vacation.
Yeah, that's roasting. 100%.
Let's go find a tavern then.
Okay.
Right. So get as close as we can without having to be in the sewer, and then use the sewer to get underneath.
So 2 people can roll, or 1 person can roll with advantage.
Roll for
Who's got
Looking
the
for a
best?
tavern.
investigation.
You do it, Gabe.
Oh, is this investigation or perception?
Either.
Oh,
Choice.
perception for sure.
Yikes. With advantage, though.
Oh,
Twice and take the higher of the two.
And
Definitely
if they're
not
both
that
low, you can use your inspiration. if
Yeah,
you want.
actually,
You can't add your d6 inspiration that they gave you.
cool. Well, even with the higher of those two not great rolls, we're still at 15.
Okay.
Nice.
Not bad.
15 was the DC.
I can sniff out a tavern anywhere.
Yeah. So you guys move sort of deeper through the Bright Kirk on the map towards that sort of triangular-looking plaza. Eventually, you come across you could pick it out from a mile away. You've been to so many taverns in your life, you could sniff them out.
Even if I was struck down and only had 10-foot sonar vision.
Exactly. Wraparound veranda, sort of large single-story building. A sign sort of hanging from one hook of the chain above. Even through the muck, you can still sort of read the sign. It says the Battling Tavern, and there's a sort of carving of two men in fisticuffs. And the building itself sort of has two saloon doors to the front of it and appears to be abandoned.
This is the place. Let's find the ale cellar. Strictly to find the entrance into the sewers.
Well, if they have a cask or two.
Hit that on the way back.
It wouldn't hurt to look.
Ellie, make a perception check for me.
24.
24. Okay. Sort of in the distance. So you guys have sort of like worked your way down sort of a side street, not an alleyway, but like a smaller two-cart kind of street. And you're coming sort of near a turn with that plaza in the distance. Just as you guys are sort of stepping off the road to go into this tavern, you sort of catch a glimpse of a fountain in the middle of that tavern, and you are certain just for a second that you see two non-black, non-starry humanoids just not looking towards you, just walking on the other side of the fountain, and then they go out of your eyesight.
Guys, did you see that?
Oh, well then, more creepy sludge.
No. By the fountain, there was two normal people.
What?
They just walked by. They went somewhere, but I just saw them.
We need to find them.
Was one of them sort of middling height and very sort of nondescript? That might be Philip.
Yeah, it could have been.
But who is the other person? And was he like imprisoned?
His kidnapper, probably.
What did he look like? The kidnapper.
I mean, you got a 24. It was a man and a woman.
It was a man and a woman.
Philip got kidnapped by a woman?
Well, it may not be Philip.
Maybe.
I mean, but I think that's really interesting. It's the first non-evil thing we've seen here.
Can we try to find them?
Well, they're by that fountain. Maybe we should go check it out.
Should we split up?
That's
No.
a fucking terrible idea. That's the worst thing you've ever said. You
fucking
said some
not.
terrible thing.
Strictly out of character. That's some Scooby-Doo shit.
So fun.
What, are you gonna go find a shaft again?
One time a man wants to go looking for a long, dark shaft, and you guys will just never let him live it down.
I almost sacrificed the whole party for it, but that's fine.
Clearly was worth it. Nant.
So we go check it out before we get.
Yeah,
to the
let's
sewer?
go. Let's be quick.
Okay.
Okay, so you're heading in that direction?
Yeah.
Roll
Stealthily.
new stealth checks for me.
So
You still have passed without a trace. It's been under an hour.
Ooh, that's 20.
26.
I'll roll for Peter and Alora because they're not here.
21.
Peter got a 34. Alora got a 39.
32.
29.
36.
26.
You guys are nigh indetectable as you sort of creep under your haze of Thalia's divine magic, just deafening the footsteps, and any like coughs or shifts, clinks of armor, things like that just sort of get muffled as this like wave of magic sort of pours out of Thalia, and you creep out. And as you step into the entrance of this triangular market, you see this fountain at the center. What looks like it would have been at one point in time this sort of like grand plaza fountain that has now crumbled. The statue of a woman lying on the ground. The ground across this plaza is sort of choked with vegetation. Obviously, the water that had come out of the fountain made it a little bit easier for things to grow here, and so you very rarely see cobblestones. There's broken walls and different sort of bits of detritus scattered about. In one corner of this area is a large cathedral off in the sort of northern corner of the plaza. And just sort of going around the corner near to that cathedral, sort of heading towards the university district, but you're not sure if that's where their final destination is, you all clearly see from the back two figures wearing, one with a breastplate, another in sort of like thin leather armor, both with weapons strapped to them, and large sacks over their shoulders. Go ahead and make perception checks for me, everybody. They're outside of your range.
Yeah.
13.
7.
16.
Not 20, so 22.
Okay, so Gabriel and Anon, you see telltale, elongated ears that come to points on both of them as they turn the corner.
I think it's elves.
Elves? Do you see their ears? They're elves?
Are they elves? Should we go up to them and talk to
Yeah,
them?
let's go chat with them.
I mean, do you think they're going to be friendly?
We could overpower them. There's 6 of us.
I mean, they're still alive in this place. All right, let's do it.
Come on, 1, 2.
Go roll up.
Yeah, what's the plan?
I think we're going.
Yeah, we'll go up. I'm just gonna go up and just have my hands kind of like wide open, just like, hello.
I'm also gonna go up with you.
Okay.
Can I try just
Also,
blowing my horn, but only for those two to be able to hear it softly?
What is the text on your horn? Is it somebody? I think it's somebody you have to know, but I could be wrong.
Maybe.
You just have to say their name or think their name. Or something.
You blow one creature of your choice can hear the
Nice.
horns blare within
Okay.
600 feet.
It's gonna do for the woman.
Okay. So you blow it. None
It's
of
a
you
short
hear
blow.
anything. Thalia just brings up this long horn to her lips and just go. And off in the distance, you just hear, "The fuck is that? What are you saying?"
Did she turn around and look at us?
They had gone around a corner.
Okay.
Oh. Well, we should go up there, I guess.
we should
They're
probably
still
go
in good
explore.
eyesight.
Sorry about the horn.
Exos is gonna like walk up and he's just like, hey, excuse me.
As soon as you speak, they both turn around, swords drawn.
Hey.
Who the fuck are you? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to.
Whether you
This is our city. You should not be here.
we're sent to help.
Help?
Who are you?
We just want to. Hi, my name's Anon. We just want to talk, and you're the first people we've seen here.
That aren't
We just want to
this
understand what's
crazy,
going
scary
on a little
monster
bit more,
thing.
if you can tell us. And then we'll get out of
Oh,
your hair.
and maybe some perhaps important context. We've been sent by the mother from Wanderlust, the soul of the earth. Have you heard of her?
Have you all been eating the sludge?
No, this he
Just
did.
this
Oh.
guy.
Some of it. But I wasn't sent by the mother. I don't know the mother, though she sounds nice. I just wandered away and found myself here. So if you could help us out, that would be grand.
No one just finds themselves in the sleeping city.
I found myself in some very surprising places, sir.
He's with us. We found him further out.
On the point. Anyways, Is there a rift that you're familiar with in that big twisty tall building?
We don't go there.
Okay, well, that's a part of our mission. But let's introduce all of us, hey?
Wait,
Who are you guys?
wait.
Okay.
First off, two things. One, what the fuck?
Agreed.
Two, we're gonna need everything that you're carrying.
Oh, you're not a good guy.
Okay. Well, here's
No, you
here's
can't have
actually
our
the
stuff.
thing. I figured this might happen. Here's actually the thing. We have an expert swordsman. We have an incredible supporter of his friends.
I'm still invisible, by the way.
We have our friend
I am
who
a
is.
supreme sorceress.
We
Can
can
I do like a deception? Can I try to like deceive them of being like a really badass, like really, like you don't want to mess with me.
How are you deceiving them?
I'm going to cast a little bit of thaumaturgy
Okay.
and just kind of have my eyes flare.
Make a performance check at advantage.
Okay. I'm scared. I just want to. 18.
Okay. You make your eyes glow white and your hair sort of like lifts off your
Yeah.
shoulders for a second.
My tattoos flare a little bit, and then Nox's arms come out from the elbows, and I just sort of
That's amazing.
like, you
Yeah.
do not want to mess with us.
Make an
So-
intimidation check. Also at advantage.
But I don't want them to like run away. So I'm
Well, I mean, they're not good guys, so they may not help.
like, okay. I also want some information. Intimidation.
Mhm.
19.
It's cocked. Okay. Anybody else doing anything before we resolve this?
I am
Uh,
looking appalled that the arms just came out. Of the arms.
Yeah, I'm
I might
gonna.
start levitating. Who knows? I'm just kidding.
I'm more up by the other two than this group, but I'm not saying anything.
Can I hold color spray as a reaction?
Yeah.
Okay. So. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, and I'm assuming that we're all kind of like lined up, sort of. Yeah,
You
and
tell
they're
me.
directly in
Yeah.
front. So, yeah. So and what I forgot to mention is our friend that did a deal with the devil is invisible right now, and he's looking right at you. Try to find him, I dare you. So, here's what's actually gonna happen. You're gonna tell us what you know, or if you don't want to, that's fine. Just walk away.
But you are not messing with us. And my voice just goes a little deeper.
Messing with us.
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Before you do that, they're gonna say, "Okay, we have them," and one of them pulls out a little device from their belt and just goes, clack 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 clack. It just starts making this huge sound,
'Kay.
and you guys just hear from the streets all around you.
So are they're leading this charge?
That's where we're gonna end tonight's
Oh my
episode.
Fuck.
I wanted to cast color spray.
We can start with that
Why do
next
I-
time around.
I always try to intimidate people and then I end up causing shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
they
have a-
were both very intimidated. They were gonna run until you did that, and then they're just like, these people are too much. So
Ah, damn it. Just gotta find the line, you know?
The bard has a +9 in persuasion.
all right, well, thank you for everybody who rated us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're a tiny little D&D channel that likes to play D&D on Monday nights, and we will be back next Monday night with our other two players. And if our guest can come back next Monday, we'll have the whole table here, and we'll probably get into some combat and some crazy shit. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Monday.
See you next.